Welcome, everybody, to episode 9, the Mount Rushmore of podcast. This week, we have a very special guest. Summer is going to be our first female guest. Everybody, a round of applause. Yes.
That's so special.
We believe in diversity here. So Summer is a friend of both Livs and I's. Liv and I.
Lives and eyes.
Lives and I's.
Mine.
Continue.
Mine.
Continue.
Live and I.
Yeah, of Liv and I.
Anywho, proceed.
From the Air Force.
Shocker.
All right. I've known Summer since, like 2013? 2013? Does that sound right?
Whenever you came into the unit, yeah.
Yeah. And she's always just been the. It's kind of funny. People always, until people get to know Summer, they think she's a little scary because she is a little snappy sometimes with sarcasm, and people don't pick up on it. Though I secretly don't think it's sarcasm. I think she's being serious in a place, and then she has oops, just kidding, type of moment.
I don't say just kidding.
Oh yeah, you used to. That's for sure. I don't know, Liv. Anything extra special you want to say? It's kind of a fun fact, I guess. We're gonna do an extra special fun fact for those listeners out there that didn't maybe know Summer, or just you actually don't know us and you're just a random listener. Thanks for being here. Summer was a E7 Master Sergeant before pulling the ripcord and joining the political team of the Officer Corps. So, cheers to that. Well done. Okay, now Olivia, do you have anything else? Anything to say?
No.
For our guest lore?
Summer's very nice, okay? Marcus made it sound like she's
great.
Not nice. she's awesome.
You guys will see through this episode. She is not nice. I'm going to prove it to the world.
Super pumped to have her on this podcast. And as the first female guest, finally, Marcus is the minority here. So
woohoo!
Thank you, Summer.
Also an immigrant, so that makes me an extra.
You're
minority.
A double negative. Sorry.
Whoa! That makes a positive, right?
That came out so fast. I did not think about it at all. I was just like,
So Olivia, why do you hate immigrants?
No. No, that's anyway, let's edit that out.
Let's not. I have a new fun fact for Olivia.
No, don't get it twisted, people. Don't get it twisted. Okay, let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, anyway, Summer, is there anything you would like to say about yourself? You don't have to. If you just want to get the show on the road. Don't want to put you on the spot too much.
Yeah, get the show on the road.
All right, let's do it. We'll just hop right into fun facts. I'll go first. My fun fact for Summer, it's a bit of a combo deal here. So I don't know if this is still true, but at one point Summer was a licensed dog trainer. And ironically enough, she likes barking at people out of car windows. Like
only a dog. When she's had one too many lava flows.
What dog training tips do you have for yourself to train yourself to not bark out the window?
Don't hang out with Liv.
Literally,
that's true.
I feed people alcohol, but it's so funny because I don't drink that much, so I just watch everyone else around me just go down the tubes so quickly, and then I'm normally I'm just totally fine. I said normally. Sometimes I influence myself as well, but I don't know, man. It's funny.
Just a wee bit. Actually, I think I was the one who influenced Summer to bark. I think I was meowing at people And then Summer started barking.
You were doing your little like meow noise.
No, that's not loud enough.
I guess so. I don't remember you meowing, but that's because I think
don't
Summer's
remember that
barking
either.
just like trumped everything, and that's like the only thing that lives in my mind rent free from
Yeah.
Century Savannah.
There I was in the shadow of Summer, being forgotten.
Standard. Sorry, that was mean.
Yeah. Well, that's my fun fact for Summer, and for Liv, she loves to downhill ski, I think.
This is correct.
I didn't know that.
I
How
do
did I
love
not
to
know that?
ski. I love skiing. Dude, this is how dude, men, because I've literally talked to you
Okay.
like I've literally no, stop. Like listen, I've literally talked to you like 5 or 6 times about skiing at Mount Bachelor, or like I've asked you before, I've been like, what's better at Mount Hood, like Meadows or Timberline? And you're like, oh, dude, Timberline. See? I remember these conversations. Oh, we've literally talked about skiing and snowboarding before. So
I
it's
guess you
really
must
good to know
be.
that you're a good friend of mine.
You must just be living in the shadow. That memory must be living in the shadow of some other memories.
Of course.
forgotten
There's just
about.
too many good ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice save.
I have too many penguins on this iceberg.
Yeah.
And
anyway, I do love skiing, and living in Texas sucks for that. So I haven't been skiing in a while, unfortunately, but
why didn't we all like ever go? I'm so confused.
I don't know, dude. I was like,
That's the
I'm
most
down to
skier
see
thing to
Bachelor.
say.
And
I don't
what's
know,
funny is,
dude.
I don't even know, bro. But like I had, and I remember this because I told you I had a season pass to Mount Bachelor.
I believe you.
You hated me though, and you were like,
that doesn't mean we still
no.
can't go.
That's true.
I don't have a season pass anymore, but there's direct flights from DFW into Bend. So if you guys want to go to Mount Bachelor and rip it up, just let me know when.
Rip it
I'm
up,
going back to work till March. The middle of March.
Ooh. Yeah, we'll see. I'll do it. I'll come up for a weekend and shred the gnar, dude.
Shred the gnar, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
Summer, your turn. What's
our on for fun facts?
Oh
yeah.
All right, fun fact about Marcus. The entire last deployment, he spent every hour of his off time watching Joe Rogan and implementing everything Joe Rogan had to say.
No, that's the last 2 years of my life.
Well, it started then, maybe. I don't know. But that's every time we were in like the building, just like on our off time on the computers, I would turn around and you're just sitting there watching Joe Rogan.
I do remember this because they had just unblocked YouTube. And I was like, oh, thank God I can like actually do something useful with my time other than like play the calculator for hours on end. So yeah, you're right. It was a lot of Joe Rogan going on.
And you tried to do the carnivore diet while we were over there. So you just basically lived off of chicken.
Yeah,
That's
the barbecue.
Rough place to do the carnivore diet.
It lasted, it lasted pretty well until COVID hit, and we had nothing but frozen sandwiches for.
Yeah,
and it was shit food. Yeah,
you couldn't make anything.
Peas and carrots and frozen sandwiches.
Yeah, and it's like slightly thawing in the fridge, so the bread's all soggy.
Soggy.
Pre-made salads with like 3 pieces of lettuce.
Yeah.
Oh, the dream. Hey,
mystery
it was a good
meat with gravy on it.
That was a good weight loss protocol, though. Just not having any food for like a month.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Walking everywhere. All right, yeah, that's all right. Valid.
Yeah. Fun fact about Liv. I don't really necessarily know that this is like a fun fact, but it's just like a fun thing about her that she can basically make anything positive. Like, if there's a situation that's like frustrating or just like not going right, you always find the positive and just embrace it.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
And sometimes you just want to shake her.
I want to shake
Just be
myself
upset.
sometimes. So it's fine. The only time I'd say that this maybe didn't always occur was AT last year.
Mm.
I was an angry little person during AT last year. Which
I'm so glad I didn't have to go to that.
For people that don't know, basically, like, okay, we're very privileged in our squadron and in the Air Force in general, of like not having to do dirty work, and everywhere we go, like for a trip, everything's already taken care of. You just get on a plane and get in a hotel with like air conditioning. Anyway, that's the Air Force for you. And so this AT, we were doing some dirty work. We were setting stuff up, pulling long hours, and I was not having it. I was like, what Air Force am I in right now? Because this ain't the same one it was before this trip started. So it was rough, man. It was like, talk about
the
a
Marine
mental
version,
challenge, dude. Yeah, I wasn't gonna
Now
go
why you're
there,
not in anymore?
yeah, literally. That trip ruined me. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't that. It honestly, looking back, like the people I was there with, we bonded so much over just like commiserating together and hating our lives together. So I think that was a positive from it. Other than that, winning money at the casino was the only other positive.
Yeah, I mean, there's no bonding like trauma bonding.
Exactly.
I know.
The healthiest kind there is.
100%. Okay, my fun fact about Marcus that he literally just had to tell me.
Why do you have to say it like that every? Just say it without. Now you spoil it for everyone.
Because I can't sit here and be like, I can't be here. What am I even saying right now? I can't sit here and be like, I came up with this fun fact. Anyway,
you don't have to. You don't even have to say that. You could just say the fun fact.
Okay. My fun fact about Marcus is that he didn't go to any parties in high school, and I quote, not because I didn't want to go, because I wasn't invited.
True. Now, here's the fun fact. If I had been invited, I wouldn't have gone because I was too busy gaming. So,
nerd alert.
Hell yeah, dude. No shame.
Dude, what games did you play
in
high school? Wow.
World of Warcraft and Counter-Strike.
Sick.
Minesweeper.
Yeah, the calculator.
Sims.
A little bit.
Oh, that's funny. And then my fun fact about Summer, she'll have to help me out on this one a little bit. Summer has the most speeding tickets, I think, out of any person I've ever met in my entire life. And like when you meet Summer, you would not suspect at all. And then you get in the car with her and you're like, you have to grab the oh shit handles a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
It's so funny. Like it's so good. So sorry, Summer, if I aired out.
No, you want me to add a sub-bullet?
Yeah.
Sub-bullet to that fun fact is before I left for basic training, my license was suspended because apparently in Oregon, if you have 3 tickets when you're under the age of 18, you get your license suspended. So I was at basic training without a driver's license.
Oh man, that's so good.
I finished my senior year without a driver's license.
That's so good. Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Yeah, that
makes the fun fact even better.
So we have straight-laced me over here, and then the absolute rebel Summer over there, and then Olivia right in the middle.
Speeding.
There was a good 10 years where I didn't have a speeding ticket. I mean, I got one a year and a half ago, but before then,
how much?
You had a good streak.
Yeah, for a really long time.
How badly were you speeding?
I don't remember.
Are we
It
talking
wasn't that
like
bad.
20?
Like 15.
20 over? Okay. That's pretty good.
That's respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
honestly, that's not
55,
that bad.
Yeah.
Oh, well, come on. Everybody goes 75
Yeah.
and a 55. What are you going
In
to
a
do?
road that I've been driving since I was 16, or 15 actually, with my parents, but there's never any cops, and there was an unmarked one just hiding in someone's driveway. I'm like, oh, cool. And I knew it as soon as I saw him, and I'm like, that's a cop.
Should have been
You're
like, you can't park there.
And I'm speeding. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
happens to the
I knew it
best
was
of
coming.
us.
I got
Those damn unmarked cars in Oregon, dude.
yeah. OSP caught me like that too. I was coming into Astoria, and well, technically Napa, but the last passing lane, and I see I see this semi way ahead of me, and I was like, no. I was already, so more fun facts about this. It was a Monday morning. I don't remember if I had just gotten hired on, or if I was temp tech, or if this was during on the job training for like our career field. But I was supposed to be there on a Monday morning, and I woke up late, and I was driving in from Portland. And so I made up a lie. I said I got pulled over. I'm going to be late. And I'm hauling ass, trying to make up time. And I was like, this semi, no way. I'm not getting stuck behind this guy for the next 30 miles. So the cop caught me going. I saw like the top of his car because you're kind of cresting a hill. And I slammed on the brakes, and he tagged me at 93 and a 55.
And you didn't get your car impounded?
No. And then he also
Were
got
you in
me
uniform?
for no.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Just wondering.
Yeah, and then maybe I was because it was in the morning, but I usually changed at work at that point. But he got me for illegal tint as well. And the ticket was like $900. And then when I called the courthouse to pay it, they reduced it down to like 180.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Apparently that just from talking to the locals, that was like that specific OSP trooper was like the number one ticket giver in the state of Oregon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I'm assuming the lady at the desk saw it and was like,
saw his name and was like, oh.
This guy's an asshole.
Oh, that's awesome. The only time I got a warning in Oregon was on 22, headed to drill. Same thing, passing lane, semi. I get up past the semi, and we're coming around the corner, and it's that passing lane that ends on the long straight hill. If you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know where it is, but it's on the road, somewhere. And it's like halfway, I guess,
on
between
20
Portland
or 26.
Sorry, did I say 22? I meant 26.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry,
No. 26. Sorry. And so it's that long passing lane that like shoots you out into the like straightaway, and there's like a couple houses off to the right. Anyway, neither here nor there. I was going 79 and a 55, and he caught me right at the end of like when I was getting back over, and I was like, oh man, I'm toast. And then he was like, he let me off. He's like, be careful.
Really? Dang.
Yeah.
I got pulled over twice on 26. Mine was for 83.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then my other one was, I was going 62, and he pulled me over because it was foggy. And he was like, that's dangerous. And I was like,
that's ridiculous.
If you only know how many times I've driven this highway before. It was dark. It was like 5 a.m.
You weren't
I was on
even
my way
going. You weren't even going 10
I was
over.
in uniform.
That's
And he still gave you a ticket?
No, he didn't give me a ticket for that one. He was just like, drive careful. be more careful. And I was like, you got it.
Jeez.
Why did you waste all of our time and pull me over?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. 62.
Yeah.
That's
His reasoning was because it was foggy. And they can pull you over for 7 over, 5 over even, I think.
Oh, God.
Or 1 over.
They
I think
can pull
Murray
you
was
over
like,
for
we can pull you
anything.
over for 1. Yeah, essentially.
They'd be
But
like, I don't like your
worse.
face. Pulling you over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't normally ticket for anything like over 5 to 7.
That's wild.
Yeah. I had a cop. I was driving home from drill and I decided to take the scenic route in my old BMW down the coast. And I was right outside of McMinnville, or not McMinnville, Tillamook. I don't know how I got those confused.
It's fine.
Very similar.
And this game warden cop, like so I'd never seen like the OSP game and wildlife trucks before. It's just like a unmarked blue thing, doesn't even have like real cop lights on the top. And I wasn't speeding or anything. I just didn't have a front license plate because my old BMW didn't have a license plate thing for the front. So he pulled me over for no front license plate. I'm in uniform. He gives me a ticket for it. Actually, so the reason why this is even an interesting story is because I almost didn't pull over because it's this just big ass truck, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, that's not a real cop car. Like, is he holding his phone up with like red and blue flashing like lights on his phone? Like, what the hell is this thing? So
that's like one of my fears is like a female is like getting pulled over by someone like impersonating like an unmarked vehicle. Like
100%.
It was
all those like horror stories. Ah.
Yeah, so like it was on the I think it was like it's like just south of Manzanita. So you're kind of out in the middle of the boonies, like out in the middle of nowhere, and there's not really a good place to pull over. So I finally like find a little pull off to the right side, and I'm like staring at the mirror, and this guy gets out of the truck, and he's, I guess, he's wearing blue pants. That, OSP is kind of like that grayish blue thing, and then he's got like a BDU like army whatever, like the rainproof jacket on. So it's green and like all these like random ass colors. And I was like, this is fake. Do I start my car and just take off? Like, what the hell? Like, there's no way this guy's a real cop. Because one, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I had no idea why he was pulling me over. Yeah, and then he proceeded to give me a ticket for the license plate. And Tillamook County, at that time at least, you had to go to the courthouse and pay a courthouse fee. And like I told the guy where I'm coming from, like it's a Sunday afternoon. I'm like, I'm literally leaving drill from Camp Rylea, and I lived in Corvallis at the time. It's like I'm going down to Corvallis.
That's a drag.
Actually, I lived in Eugene, so like I was gonna cut over in Lincoln City, and go through like Philomath, and he's just like, oh, okay, like you live in Eugene, and I was like, yep, and he's like, okay, cool, here's your ticket. So I had to fucking drive my ass from Eugene to Tillamook just to go to the court and be like, hi, here's $50. They dropped the ticket, but I still had to pay a $50 court processing fee.
And the gas to get there.
Yeah, and I'm like, why? Like, dude, what just happened?
That's amazing.
Some fucking homeless guy in a BDU jacket gave me a ticket that I had to pay $50 for no front license plate. He gave me like a pep talk about how I'm going to decapitate myself if I get in an accident because my license plate is in the windshield.
Oh.
Thanks, Dad.
It was still in the windshield and he still pulled you over?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow. That is crazy.
That's where mine are currently in both my vehicles.
Yeah, I don't know what this douche canoe was on. Like, I don't know who pissed in his Cheerios that morning, but he was out for violence.
Maybe he was in a competition with the OSP with the highest. Maybe he wanted to
True.
get
I got more tickets than you.
one up on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the winning prize was a Dave and Buster gift card or something.
Heck yeah.
He has to drive like 7 hours.
Literally. Yeah, where's the closest Dave and Buster's?
I have no idea.
Vegas.
Oregon. Literally. Northern California.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
That is funny.
Oh, yeah.
Still.
All right, well, those were some great fun facts.
Heck yeah.
Thanks, everyone. All right, Liv, do you want to kick us off with your catching us up on your life?
Yeah.
In the past week?
So I'm coming to you guys live from St. Joseph, Missouri right now. Yeah,
sexy.
so it's just it's just north of Kansas City, Missouri, and
is everybody sad?
Yes. So we're recording this the day after the Super Bowl where the Chiefs got their asses wiped by the Eagles. And yeah, so I think what happened is a lot of people that were on flights back up here like didn't wear their Chiefs stuff on purpose. Or the people that were wearing their stuff, they just like looked dejected, they weren't like saying much. It just the vibes were low, I suppose, is a good way to say it.
The eye makeup is running down the face still.
Yeah. So, anyway, I'm here for a work conference that we have going on this week. And the cherry on top of all of it is that there's a winter storm warning while I'm here. It's supposed to start snowing at like 2 a.m. early Wednesday morning, and it's not supposed to stop till like 4 or 5 p.m. Wednesday night. And the guys who are putting this shindig on, like it's happening on a Air National Guard base, and the guys are like, they're like, yeah, just call the weather line and that'll be like the call if we're gonna like come in later, if it's just like canceled for the day. And like all these people are flying in from like all over the country to be at this thing, and we're like, either like, A, why did you not just postpone it like last week and be like, hey, I'm sorry this sucks, but like, can we move it?
Or do virtual.
Or yes, make it virtual and like everyone can either stay home or like I guess like what like because tomorrow the weather's supposed to be fine, but anyway, regardless, I'm just like very interested to see how this goes, and if I get like snowed into my hotel room the entire day Wednesday, I'm gonna be like, this is literally pointless, like why are we here anyway? And then I got the good old email from American Airlines that's like, hey, winter weather could impact your travel. I'm like, oh my god, dude, this is like all I want to do. And it's so funny because the guy that I'm here with, like from Dias with me, he's like, yeah, let's leave Thursday night. He's like, do you want to stay till Friday? I was like, no. So we both just were like, yeah, like let's go home Thursday night. And now we're like, if we don't get to go home Thursday night, we're gonna be so pissed. Yeah, and then like flights were delayed today. Shocker. It is what it is. Yeah, so it's just been like a hectic, I guess, day today. And then yeah, I mean not much to report from last week, just a normal run of the mill work week. And then yeah, this week I'll have to let you guys know what happened next week because this could get sporty. Oh, and our rental car is a Toyota Corolla, so it's basically a sled. So that's good. And it's hilly here, and there's a lot of bridges and like a river you have to cross, like a giant river bridge you have to cross to get to this guard base. And we're like, this is fantastic, actually. So it's gonna be a good week. If we get snowed in, I'll be watching a lot of Below Deck. Anyway. Anyway,
catching up.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Who's next? Summer? Marcus?
I can go just because mine is super quick. I got nothing. It was it's very nothing happened.
Uneventful?
Yeah. Played
Hell yeah. Those are the best weeks.
played probably like 12 to 16 hours of pickleball. To the point that I was so tired. I literally for the entire weekend I laid on the couch. Like didn't even turn the TV on. I just laid on the couch and was exhausted.
Heck yeah.
And that was my
That's
week
awesome.
and my weekend.
I'm jealous. Jealous of the pickling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Summer?
This past week, I finally started playing the new Dragon Age. So that's really what I've been doing. And
try to enjoy
focusing
it.
on the new puppy. And,
do you want to tell us? Oh, actually, I'm sure you'll have lots of puppy stories from in the dog training tips. But that's another fun fact.
I can relate them all there for sure.
Summer just got a puppy. The sweetest puppy of all time.
A little puppy.
A crackhead demon Aussie, yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Australian Shepherds.
Oh, I can't wait to hear Summer's training tips because she's a freaking dog trainer.
I know, I'm going to take notes from Summer.
I'm going to, full disclosure, I am actually not a licensed dog trainer. I stopped my training because I decided not to go that route for my business. But I got like halfway through the course and decided it wasn't for me. Not because of the dogs, but because of the people. But I'll get to that later. Get into that later.
All right, well, never mind. I take my fun fact away.
I was going to say you still know more about dog training than I do.
True. All right, that wraps up the intro. If you're still listening, go ahead and hit us with a like. If you're still not subbed, you're not a real friend. But
what the F?
I accept you anyway. For our topics this week, because I always forget about them. It's going to be first one's going to be dog training tips. It's going to be some personal cringe stories from like. We kind of put a timeline on it, but if it's before and after this timeline, that's fine too. But kind of, like 15 to 25, kind of like the late teen, early 20s, which is, Olivia's still living in that life. So
hell
maybe a little more personal.
And I'm still cringy, so.
True. And then finally, we're going to list some things that we're proud of. For a top comment this week, we have a new commenter.
Yeah.
I know who this is, but I'll just, maybe they don't want to be known to the whole world. So this is Jack Ryan 685. He gives it all away. Yeah.
You know who you are.
I'm just going to put him into my list of cringe. Is going to be Jack Ryan 685 for this whole cadet chomp reports as ordered. You're embarrassing yourself at the Air Force. You're embarrassing
I like
me.
it.
I respect it, but it's and he gave us a list of all of his answers for last week's topics, and we're already super long on the intro, so I'm not going to go over them. But Jack Ryan, thank you for your very thought out and long message, and this is what everybody's should look like. So take notes, y'all.
My favorite thing before we move on, he put, as Marcus mentioned, he put all of his lists, and for his Pixar movies, Finding Nemo's on there, and in parentheses he said, I like duh sharks, DA. So thank you, Jack Ryan .685 for your contribution. If you keep commenting like this, we might have to invite you on. So, you know who you are, brother.
Make it a little more enticing. I do. Exactly. There's in the compliments received. There's a nice one. Number 4 is nice haircut because he cuts his own hair. So props to you, sir. I didn't know that. I didn't know you cut your own hair.
I didn't know you cut your own hair either. Wow. Snaps for you.
Oh, but if you were a dog, you'd be a golden retriever. I don't know if that's a compliment. What kind of golden retriever?
No, I think that's a compliment. I have a golden retriever.
Yeah, but there's 3 kinds of golden retrievers. There's the really high energy psycho ones. Then there's the normal ones. Fine. And then there's the really derpy ones. And that's like the majority of them. They're real dumb.
Mine's high energy, derpy. He's a combo.
He's golden.
Yep. He's a golden retriever. He's my baby boy. Bo is, not Jack Ryan, by the way.
Thanks for the clarification.
I had to clarify that. I don't want to get weird.
Auntie Liv is creeping over here.
Ew. Bleh. All right. Time to move on.
All right, let's get into the topics.
Cringe things that I do, shall we?
Yeah. Hitting on the little boys.
No! Marcus! Stop. Okay, moving on.
I don't remember who started last week, so Liv, it's your turn to start. Unless it was you last week.
No, I don't think so. Okay.
So first topic, dog training tips.
Yeah, sorry. The first dog training tip that I have is patience. Patience is
you. That's mine.
Oh, sorry.
You guys have to fight it out.
You can.
Well, mine will come with a story.
Okay.
Today, so
mine has no story. But after training our golden retriever puppy Bo, dude, Summer's gonna have a way better story for patience. But it's so easy to get so frustrated, and then I remember he's just a puppy. I need to chill out a little bit. So patience.
Very nice.
That's a good one.
Marcus?
All right, I'm next. My first one is going to be don't do this. And so if you have a really high prey stroke, if you have a very high prey drive dog, don't only teach them fetch, because then all they're going to know is to run at things at full speed. AKA Margot. Yeah. That's the only game that we ever
interrupt.
Yeah.
Free drive.
Yeah, I think we're getting there. We're finally
switch between prey and to play, or just back to attention with you.
Yeah, well, we're she's 3.5, and we're starting to get there. Because all we did was play frisbee, because all I could get her to do was to run 100 miles an hour 100 times a day. That was the only thing I could do to get any energy out of her, any real energy. So now, the only thing I ever trained her to do was to see something moving and to run at it as fast as she could. And so now that's what she does. So don't do that.
Yeah, a lot of trainers recommend to not exercise your dog with fetch. Because it doesn't really exercise them, because it doesn't get that mental stimulation. So yeah, it's a good don't.
All right, you're up, Summer.
I'm gonna second the patience, but it's gonna come with a story from earlier today. Yes. So the goal of today, this afternoon, was to go to Portland and meet my stepdad to have lunch. And since I was going to be gone for more than a few hours, which puppy bladders cannot go longer than that, I was going to bring said puppy with me. And so also my stepdad could meet said puppy. So I had the goal that I was going to do leash work with him and then get him kind of comfortable around the car because he hadn't been in the car since we brought him home a couple weeks ago, which was mistake number 1. I should have been doing that earlier. And then mistake number 2 was not taking the time to, because I knew he usually does his business certain times of the day. And I knew that he should have done that before we left, but he was too distracted and too excited to kind of focus on doing that. So I was like, you know what? We'll just wait till we get there. We'll see then. So we did leash work for like 10 minutes. It's about, puppy brains can only handle like 5 to 15 minutes depending on like the training exercise, whether it be like obedience or something. Like that's their limit until they need like a 2-hour nap. So we did it for like 10 minutes and then I got him comfortable around the car and I loaded him up into the crate. And we're like 5-10 minutes down the road and he starts like barking madly. And I was like, well, this is cool if this is going to be the whole hour, 20-minute drive up there. So I had planned to stop in the next town, which is like another 10 minutes away. And I'm pulling into the parking lot of the grocery store and I'm like, that smells like poop.
Oh, no.
I pulled in and opened the crate, and there he was. And there was some poop smashed on the back of the wall and all over him. And the one thing I had forgotten was dog wipes. So I had baby wipes that I was trying to like clean him up, and I was like, no, this is not gonna happen. So I called my stepdad and had to cancel. So put him back in to cleaned everything up, cleaned the car up to the best of my ability in that moment, and I had put him back in the crate and started on my way home, which was like a 15-minute drive. And as I'm pulling into the neighborhood, I'm like, it kind of smells sour. And he had thrown up his breakfast.
Oh.
So I didn't have the patience to wait for him to eat this morning because I had like a really busy morning. And he's not very interested in eating. So we're slowly trying to work on like getting him to eat in his crate. So I put food in his crate at like 8 and we left at like 11. So all of what he ate at 8 was then thrown up. And then it was just a spiral from there of just like bathing him and then cleaning the crate in the bathtub upstairs because it was way too cold to like hose it down. And then I was like, I'm done for the day. So I ordered food and it was delivered to my brother's house because I was there this weekend helping. Well, my sister-in-law went into labor unexpectedly, so I had to drive to my brother's house to get my food. So it was just a day. So patience is key when you're dog training. Just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean they are. Dogs could wait all day, every day to do what they want to do and kind of they will try and outsmart you and outmuscle you. You just have to be more patient than them or they will own you.
Oh yeah.
How's your mental health today? Do you want to talk about it?
No, it's fine.
It's fine. I'm fine.
I had a sushi and crab puff, so we're good.
Or
I'll probably stay up playing Dragon Age, so we are golden.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. How long are you on leave? When are you off leave?
So
for
we talked about
your
this
civilian job
today.
Yeah.
For my civilian job, I am supposed to go back around like the middle of March.
Oh,
so that's the plan.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Score.
When you're done,
just all depends on. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you guys were talking about something else. I got more gaming questions. Continue with what you're saying.
No, I was just gonna say it all depends on if we get the order thing figured out as to if it hits that 180 days, because then you get like up to 90 days to go back to your civilian job. So
yeah.
But I'm gonna be bored out of my mind by the time middle of March.
Yeah.
Have you played Baldur's Gate yet?
Oh, Ray's been trying to get me to play that. You and Caitlin have both tried to get me to play that, and
You should.
I just, yeah.
It's
I
entertaining.
just get really into games, and that's like all I do. So I try to not do that because nothing in the house will ever get done.
Yeah, nothing will get done for about 3 months if you
For
start
like
that
the
game.
week and a half that I played Baldur's Gate consistently, I did nothing in my house.
Yeah. And there's already one of us that does that in this house. So
Ooh.
You know what? You guys make a trade-off. He has to take care
Dogs.
of the house for like a couple of months while you do that.
He was doing that for 4 months and failed while I was gone for the most part.
Fail.
Well, see, now you can be there to tell him that every night, but nicely. Try again.
He did an okay job. It's just not up to my standard. Because I have OCD when it comes to like pet hair and stuff like that. He doesn't.
Yeah. Most men don't. It's not that serious.
Yeah.
It's not.
When it ends up in your food, it's serious.
That's true.
Just a little extra collagen. It's fine.
No, it's not.
Oh, well, there's another one you should check out. It's called Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Okay.
Right.
Writing that down. Typing it into my notepad. What was it again?
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Who?
Is it on console?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I don't PC.
Because if it's not, then you're just gonna have to take over Ray's computer and.
He stole my monitor, my work monitor that he gave to me while I was gone, so he had to buy me a new one.
That's amazing.
It was funny. He's like, "I stole your monitor."
Men are so resourceful. It's great.
Yeah.
All right, Liv.
All right. Okay. My next one is consistency.
Oh yeah.
That
kind of goes into my second one. Get out of my brain.
Sorry, I bet my last two might not be what you're thinking. Consistency. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it kind of goes without saying. It's just really important to like continue like working on the things that you're teaching, and yeah, just make sure your puppy or dog, because like you can teach a dog of any age, or try to teach. I don't know. Annie, our 10-year-old, she's like reluctant to learn anything now. She's like, screw that. But she already kind of knows everything. So like she's fine. But yeah, I just feel like being consistent, you have to practice it. Like, if not, I mean, I would say like every day. Like, just keep working at it, which consistency I feel like goes along with patience a lot.
For sure.
Yeah. Marcus?
Yeah, so my next one is going to be gear your training to personality. And what I mean by that is not just, so if you're like, I'll use Margot as the example. So I geared all of her training to her personality, which is like, just go outside and be psycho. And what I should have done is spent more time on the things that she is less inclined to do. Like fill in the gaps, and also like figure out here are the things I want my dog to learn. I mean, she might not ever be perfect or an expert or even good at those things, but at least like she would know the basics of them if we spent more time on those as a puppy. So now she's a 3.5-year-old psycho dog that I'm trying to break the habit of a bunch of stuff that's very difficult now. And it's because I just kind of did what she was good at because it was easy for me to do that. It was more convenient for me to do the things she was already good at than spend extra time doing the things she wasn't that good at. And now I'm paying the price for it. Womp womp. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
RG.
What do you mean by
So-
like
I
the
knew
things
it.
personality? Like just specific things. Just a follow-up question.
I was like, I knew Summer is. She's listening and she's judging.
I don't judge. We've been through this already. We listen and we don't judge.
We don't judge.
You definitely. I see your face when you judge.
You can't see your face right now.
I can imagine. I can literally know. I know the exact face she made. So specific things kind of it goes along with the first one. So like she's just really good at like being high prey drive. So that's where we spent a lot of time on fetch and find it because she's just naturally really good at those things. And spent less time on like focus work. And like she's really good at focusing on exactly what she wants. And she'll even she's a dirty little liar. So she'll act like she doesn't hear me until
Dirty little liar.
yeah. So for example, whenever we're out walking where I take her walking, if there's another person that's like walking towards us, she will run because there's this really long road and it's probably close to half a mile or like 3/4 of a mile long, and she'll run. Well, she has really bad vision. I know that. She's basically blind. She doesn't like see people until they're maybe 200 yards out. But so she'll like cover half the distance and then go into like hunt mode where she gets really low to the ground and kind of crawls at them. But if I give her commands in that moment, like her ears don't pin back towards me at all. She's just fully focused on it. But, you know, if I say up, she'll stand up. If I say sit, she'll sit. If I tell her go, she'll go forward a few steps. If I tell her, sometimes if I say heal, it's like 50-50. So I don't mess around with it. So I don't burn the word.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's other times, like if I catch...
Is she on a leash?
No. And so the initial like run up where she covers the like first half of the distance, there's nothing you can say or do. She won't hear you. But I know she hears me. She just doesn't want to do it right now because she is in go mode. So like she's very focused.
She probably can't hear you. She's probably just using her eyes and none of her other senses because dogs get hyper focused, especially one with a high prey drive like you're describing.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that will snap her out of it is her nose or being reconnected with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I'm saying, because there will be times this like she runs for a while, and about that halfway distance, she'll either slow down or like lay down and just stare. And now she's all ears and she'll listen. And every now and then, if I don't know, there must be something in what my voice does. Like if she sees an elk or a coyote and she'll like really take off, I can usually interrupt her. Like she won't hear me for the first few seconds of her sprinting, but if I wait a couple seconds and then yell her name or yell stop, she'll usually like she'll start slowing down and then kind of like, I really want to go, but okay, fine, I'll come back.
That's good.
Yeah. But yeah, so I should have done more focus work on me, because like if I'm holding the frisbee before I throw it, she will be so locked in on that frisbee, and she'll sit, she'll down, she'll do center, heel, anything, but she never breaks contact with the frisbee. It's very difficult to get her to look at me. So I'll just stand there for like 3 minutes after I say look at me, and nothing happens. And then finally she like slowly looks up at me for like half a second. And I mean, we've been doing that for 3 years and she still doesn't get it. So
is she food motivated?
No. Unless it's the Costco dental chew things.
Sticks?
Yeah.
How many times a day do you feed her?
Twice.
Morning and evening?
Yep.
Mm.
But even as a puppy, she was
Rowan's really not food motivated either. So we're adjusting his feeding schedules. So there's a trainer that I.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say Bo is so food motivated, which has been so nice. Anyway,
that is how Avery and Nala are. So like, I don't know what to do with Rowan right now, and like the friends dogs that I've trained are like, I'm like,
Yeah, Bo's like, if you have any morsel of something that he could eat, he's like locked in. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a piece of grass from our yard, but if I hold it like a piece of food, he's like, huh? What is that? I want that. Yeah. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that there's a trainer that I have a membership with while I'm struggling through puppy training, and she has so she was the lead dog trainer on the weekends for Caesar Milan's compound or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Now she has her own business, and she's in LA. It's called Pack Life LA. She has her own website. She has like a membership page. She has a really big like Instagram following, social media. She posts a lot of like Q&As and everything like that. But she recently started feeding her dogs just once a day, and she's just been like getting into like nutrition and stuff like that. And it helps with non-food motivated dogs, from what I'm understanding, so they're hungrier throughout the day for training, and then they still get all of like the calories that they need in the evening or like early afternoon. So usually with puppies, they recommend to feed them like 3 times a day. So I feed Rowan like in the morning, and then I feed him like a dinner at like 3:30, and then try and get him to like be more focused on treats, and it's working, especially now that he sees like whenever I have like food or treats out that Avery and Nala are also super interested in it. He's like, oh, what are you giving them? Can I have some too? So
yeah.
Slowly getting better, but like the first like 4 days he was like, food, what's that? I was like hand feeding him to get him to eat. Which was great, like you're supposed to do with a puppy, like bond and stuff like that with them, because you're basically food, water, and shelter for them, especially when they're away from their litter mates for the first time. They're like, I don't know how to be in a house, I don't know how to be anything other than a puppy with my litter mates. So yeah, that's been fun.
When I was like really in the depths, it's a hard word to say. I don't know why. Of training Margot. Yeah. Before she was a year old, but she was older than 6 months. The only thing that I figured out that she would give a single shit about food-wise to do anything that, otherwise she's just super independent dog and was just like, I don't care what you have to say, I'm not paying attention to you, was the Costco rotisserie chicken. And actually it's 3 pounds for $12. That's a pretty good dog treat price, if you ask me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know they put like cheap oils on the chicken to like make sure that it stays moist when they're cooking it. But overall, like it's not that bad for your dog, considering
there are many
else.
Dog foods that are worse than a Costco rotisserie chicken.
Yeah. So
like any, like my favorite is the prescription diet dog foods. Those are my favorite. They're so trash.
Oh man,
so much fillers in them. They're so bad for dogs.
Yeah.
Farmer's Dog all the way. You guys should sponsor us. I've been using you for like 2.5 years and I'm going bankrupt for you. So
that shit's expensive.
You owe me.
I do Open Farm, and they're also expensive, but they have freeze dried stuff. Freeze dried like raw little, I don't know, ball, like they're
bits.
Like kibble almost. little bits, and those work really well. They're very strong smelling, so it's easy to like get his nose to focus on that. If he's not really focused on his food.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets bored of them, give the old Costco rotisserie chicken a whirl. Like $4 a pound is not too shabby for dog treats.
Or that's not too bad for myself either.
Yeah, but then you're carrying around chicken all the time.
Yeah. Oh well.
Just carry around a cooler.
Yeah.
The chicken price is gonna go up.
That's nobody do this.
Are dying.
We can't afford this.
Literally.
All right. Any other follow-up questions? Did I answer it sufficiently? It was a good follow-up question.
Yeah. That's good. All right. So my second one is there was a follow-up. If you ever look into that trainer, Samantha from Pack Life LA, Yes Work, if they are really food motivated, and even if they're not, it helps like let them use their nose, and instead of having like the command look at me, like have it's the whole thing, and it's kind of hard to explain without like seeing it, but essentially the word yes can become like recall, it can become a leave it can become like anything. You just say we're working on it with Rowan and he's looking at me right now.
Aww.
It's coming. So once you have it built up, like you have to start spelling that word, because like every time you say it, you owe them a reward when they look at you. So
yeah,
it's a blessing and a curse, essentially, is how she describes it. But yes work is definitely a good thing.
Margot and I did a lot of yes work. That was probably the only way that I actually ever got her to care about treats. Was just
really.
It was just every time I would just say yes and give her a treat. Like even if she didn't do anything right, we'd just sit there for 10 minutes and I'd be like, yes, treat. Yes, treat. Good girl, treat.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people think that it's bad because you're rewarding like bad behavior if you're like trying to do yes work like outside of like them doing something good. So a lot of people don't do it because they think you're rewarding like that bad behavior, but it's really just them being more focused on you.
Yeah, you're just teaching that this word equals good. Like I said good girl, or yes, that's now a positive emotion.
Yeah. It's just getting their focus off of whatever they're doing, and that's how you have to build it up, is just by basically just saying yes in a very low distraction environment.
All right, your turn, Summer.
All right, the second one is I know that Samantha says this a lot from Pack Life LA, but I really like it, resonates with me, especially that I have older dogs. It's like you agree with what you allow. So what you allow your dog to do is like you're agreeing with that behavior, whether or not it's good or bad, or just like, so an example that Nala has picked up a really bad habit of eating the bark chips in our backyard.
Yummy.
And it's a hard habit for her to break, because she has to do something when she's outside, whether it's eating Avery's business or just doing stuff like that. And now that we've allowed it to happen so much, she's just like, okay, cool. Like I can do this. I can do what I want. So that's a fun thing that we have with her. It's just an ease of like, okay, well, I'm allowing it because it's easier and convenient for me, even though it's not necessarily good for her. Haven't had an issue, knock on wood, with needing emergency vet visits or anything like that. But she has an iron stomach, thankfully. If Avery were to pick that up, that's when the vet bills would pick up. But that's an example of just, I've agreed with it by not correcting it or redirecting it, and now that's what she does. And it would take a lot to kind of break that, a lot of structure, which, yeah, structure is key as well. It kind of goes hand in hand with the agree and allow structure.
Yeah.
Margot does this funny
feel like-
thing. You go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Marcus.
No, you.
No, go ahead.
No, you.
Okay. No, I was just gonna say, yeah, I feel like that's the hardest thing, because like sometimes we like don't even catch like something stupid that Bo's doing. Annie doesn't do anything stupid. She's an angel sent from heaven above. But Bo, he like every once in a while he's just like doing something that he like knows he's not supposed to be doing, but if I'm not actively like watching him sometimes, I feel like it's like okay, for some reason he always goes after our socks, and like we've told him a million times like no, but if I don't actively catch him getting a sock, and then I look over and he's getting it, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then we like, have to like scold him.
Yeah. Did you like chase him when he was a puppy, when he would grab like socks and stuff that he wasn't supposed to?
No, not really. He really wouldn't run away. We
That's
would just
a lot of
we
like
tell him. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's something that I'm working with Rowan right now. Is I'm trying not to chase him when he grabs something that he's not supposed to have, because he's like, "Ooh, this is a fun game. You're chasing me."
Right? Yeah. No. He's just a freak. He just loves socks. Like
he's a
honestly,
pervert.
he loves dryer sheets too.
Likes to put things in his mouth.
I know. Oh my god, it's constant. Like the toys that he has, like we put the toys away in the basket and he just gets them out. Or like one by one, he'll bring them all out in the span of 10 minutes. We're like, okay, thank you, sir. But
that's what Rowan does too.
Yeah,
funny.
it's just like it's so funny. He just loves socks for some reason. And yeah, like we really didn't chase him. I just like grab him. He knows like leave it, drop it, like both of those. So like you say either one of those and he like reluctantly opens his mouth. We're like, no, Bo, you can't do that. Which No and Bo are very similar. I think he definitely he knows the difference now, but it's just funny. Because when we first got him, we were like, ah, damn it. We were like, is he going to get confused? He knows what no means, though, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows the difference. Dogs are smart. Sometimes they're too smart.
I know.
Yeah, sometimes Margot doesn't... Well, so she knows that she's not supposed to eat elk poop. But every now and then she can't help herself. She does a little drive-by. And
yeah, Bo does that with, I'm assuming, Annie's shit.
Yeah, she'll like
run. When we're at Camp Riley, she's like, I can't. Like sometimes she'll look at me as she's doing it, knowing that I'm going to yell at her, but she doesn't care. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Margot will be like, I'll see her like running in the distance, and then she'll like stop and look at the ground, and then she'll look up at me, and I can see the drool coming down her face, and I'm like, no, because she's got freaking Giardia at least 10 times. It's so annoying.
Oh my god, that's
and it's
terrible.
And it's from eating poop from elk poop that has Giardia in it. And
Bo has an iron gut.
Yeah, and
so does Nala, thankfully. She likes to get that duck poop too from Camp Riley.
Yeah, Margot leaves everything else alone except the elk poop. Every now and then there's just a really smelly, tasty pile that she can't help herself.
Too good.
Yeah, and I like see her run by me, and her whole mouth is like green, and I'm like, you bitch!
Ew.
And she will immediately know, and she will like pin her ears and like look down at the ground and like, well, like she'll face her head at the ground and then like give me puppy eyes and like like lay down and I'm like, you son of a bitch, you know. I know you know because you're reacting. I didn't even say anything. You just immediately knew.
Yep.
Shake
100%.
this dog to death one day.
Don't.
Yeah.
I know I won't. I could never.
That's so funny. Okay. My third one is positive reinforcement. And this specifically works for Bo very well. I feel like it's really easy to, especially with a puppy, when like the incident Summer described today, like not that he's pooped in the crate in the car and then puked right after, but Bo has like shit all over his crate and you're like, are you actually joking? Yeah, and it's like, damn it. Like I really
But it's
don't
not
want
something that
to.
you can like. Yeah, it's not something you can get like punish them for. Like they
Exactly,
literally couldn't
exactly.
help themselves.
Exactly. So like as bad as you want to be or like yeah, as bad as you just want to be like, damn it, you can't. And that's the thing
Mhm.
too that I have to remember is like even though Bo is uh he's 10 months old in like a couple of days, he's still only a 10-month-old. Like
Mhm.
he's still a puppy. He's still a baby in a way. He's huge, but he's still like he's still a baby in a way, so I just have to remember. And he responds really well to positive reinforcement. Because, like, obviously, we have to be stern with him when he's, like, doing something overtly stupid or, like, he knows he's not supposed to be doing that.
Mhm.
Because we're at that point where, like, he definitely knows. But he responds really well to positive reinforcement. I feel like a lot of animals do in general.
Yeah, especially if you like start to know like what Marcus was saying, like personality wise, like if they're not food motivated, like are they affection motivated, and what does that affection look like? Is it like
Right.
just eye contact, or is it like baby talk, or is it like pets or being held, or
Yeah.
just like being near you? Like that's like every dog has a different idea of affection, and some of them don't like it. Some of them just like to be independent, like Margot.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Bo, it's so funny because Annie's a cuddler, and like Bo wasn't. He kind of was cuddling, but like we feel like it was slightly forced. Like when he was tiny, we'd like put him up on the couch with us and like make him come lay by us, but that's because
He
like
had no
Annie
choice.
was yeah, basically. And then he got like big enough he could jump up, but I think him seeing Annie be so cuddly and affectionate with us made him somehow like realize so like oh I kind of like this too. And Bo is way bigger than Annie now, and like he'll get up and he acts like he's a lap dog. I'm like okay. I'm like we asked for this though. But it's so funny. Yeah, so he's becoming a cuddler. Or like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and his head's right next to mine. I'm like yes, we let our
Jealous.
dog sleep with us. I know.
Hey, I let Avery and Nala sleep with us for like the longest time, and I did. They haven't slept like years.
Mhm.
Like they choose not to,
Granted,
or
no. Well, they're not allowed on the bed,
Yeah.
and a lot like we got new couches, and then when I had like my surgery, they were not allowed on the couches. So like they're really good about like boundaries that I set, even if they change.
Mhm.
Um, So like Avery sleeps on like this big oversized chair that we have in our bedroom that has now become the dog chair, and then Nala
Mm.
sleeps in her crate. And
Oh, okay.
Rowan is, if I cannot keep eyes on Rowan, he is in his crate. And
Yeah.
he's only had one accident because I let him out in the morning to go pee, and I didn't go down the stairs as quick as he did, and he couldn't hold it, and he peed on the back mat in front of the back door. So like I couldn't get mad at that because I was being slow. But that's the only accident he's had with me.
so
Ray
jealous.
had him for a couple hours outside, and I guess he pooped a couple different times because he wasn't watching him. But he's only had that one accident with me.
Yeah. Yeah, Bo
And then
picked
today,
up on potty training quickly.
yeah. Especially if you utilize the crate for potty training, like
Yeah.
it's very easy to get them in a routine. Like, okay, crate, okay, now you're out of the crate. We're gonna immediately go pee. Then we're gonna let you do like training. So there's like a puppy schedule that's like very,
Oh yeah.
very robust. That I created one when I was doing dog training, and then it was essentially the same as this dog trainer has like a puppy ebook. Samantha, Pack Life LA. And she is basically like,
shut up.
you wake up, you feed them, you do training, then crate for 2 hours, and then you do another block. And it's literally like they're out for 45 minutes and then they're in for 2 hours, or out for 45 minutes and they're in for 2 hours. And then at night, just based on like how well they can hold it, like I was letting Rowan out every 3 to 4 hours, and now he can hold it for 7 to 8 hours. He can hold it all night. I don't have to get up in the middle of the night with him anymore. But I have to be ready to like get down the stairs. He's been better. Like he will kind of go outside, then come back in, then outside in the mornings, and then he'll do his business. Yeah. But because he's just like so excited, he's like, "I'm free."
Yeah.
But yeah, the crate is awesome.
Yeah.
Is the dog named after Rowan Dickey?
No, it's Rowan. Rowan.
How do you spell it?
Rowen.
Oh, okay.
Rowan.
I thought
Not
you were just saying it funny.
No.
It'd be funnier.
He was going to be
after Rowan Dickey.
That would be funny. And I talked about like dog names with him, and it was because I was thinking about Rune, but I guess Lindsay Gallardo's child's name is Rune. And then it was really close to Roan, and then I was going to name him Luca, and then that was like too close to the deployment. So they decided on Rowan.
Oh, there you go.
Apparently that's Mr. Bean's name that I had no idea.
Oh, it's true.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I have both, like all of my siblings were like,
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. I had no idea that was his name or never like associated with that, but all of my siblings were like, yeah, that's the first thing that I thought of when you told us that. And I was like, cool.
Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep. Ray wanted to name him Potato, so at least it's better than Potato.
Oh, okay.
Such a man.
Yeah.
Eggs.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Marcus.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
This one's not. I guess it's kind of training. It's just more of a tip in general for puppies. This is what I did with Margot. I don't know how to type this. Like not have it be a whole paragraph. So for Margot, I got a big crate. So this is how I got through nightly potty training stuff. So I'm really jealous of all your stories of your dogs being so good and not having accidents. Margot's 3.5 years old and we still have a quarterly diarrhea blowout. So still working on that. Yeah. And as a puppy, it was even more so. It was terrible. So what I started doing is I got like one of the giant crates for her, even as a puppy. And I would line it up with the bathroom door, with like the door opening. So the door was open into the bathroom, and then I would lay out puppy pads, so like little potty pads all over the entire floor of the bathroom, so that she could go be sleeping in her crate and then go into the bathroom and blow her ass out and then go back and sleep for the night.
Oh my god.
And that way I wouldn't have to wake up at 3 a.m. and give her a whole bath and, just have the whole house stink, and made the cleanup really easy.
Were you getting up in the middle of the night to let her out?
Yeah. But like every 3 hours, but it didn't matter. Like I would go let her outside.
I guess diarrhea just kind of, you can't really hold that in for your dog. Just kind of
and
happen.
then it started getting less, like, 10 nights in a row she would be fine, sleeping through the night on her own, no problem. And then she would have one night where it just blew up everywhere, and it's just, what do you do about it? So big crate, bathroom
I think
door.
that would be associated with her gut health, honestly.
Yeah, and a lot of she stopped really exploding a lot once I got her onto Farmer's Dog. So
yeah, for sure. I
So
remember all the stories.
Does Farmer's Dog have kibble, or is it?
It's all fresh food.
Fresh food, okay.
And then it's frozen and sent to you in dry ice.
Nice. I think I selected that and just kind of see how it was price wise, and I was like, no.
Oh yeah, for 3 dogs, absolutely not. You'd be paying your mortgage in dog food every month. So for Margot, every 2 weeks, it's $173 every 2 weeks.
Holy shit! Yeah, and we have Annie and Bo, so we can't.
And and so then it's also that was on the cheaper end, so that's not enough food for her. So I get Origin kibble. That's like the from
not really that good.
Huh?
For as expensive as the OREG or JEN.
Yeah, Origin or ORIJIN or some shit like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's expensive, but after all the research, that was kind of like the one that seemed like the best, and it doesn't upset her tummy, because she had Origin kibble for a while before I went to Farmer's Dog. But if I wanted to feed her actual dietary need every single day, it'd be over $200 every 2 weeks. So I just went for the cheaper version.
Yeah.
And substitute it with a half cup of kibble at every meal. Yeah, it's pricey. But I have less blowouts in the house, so it's worth the money.
Yeah, definitely.
At this point,
your mental peace.
I think I want to try the raw diet with Margot. I think she would do really well. I've been substituting every now and then, an 8 ounces of a New York strip, just because that's cheaper at Costco. And she, on the days where she gets the steak instead of kibble and Farmer's Dog, she's super relaxed. It's really odd. So
that's good though. Yeah, raw is best, but that's also super hard, and you have to really do research to do it correctly.
Yeah. But I feel
sometimes it can also be cheaper than kibble.
Yeah, and I feel like it would be cheaper. I feel like it would be cheaper than Farmer's Dog.
Yeah.
For sure.
I looked into it. It's so much work, especially with 3 dogs.
Yeah,
sure.
It is.
Yeah. But so my point with the tip is just, if you have a dog and you want them to have more space at night, getting the big crate and opening it up to the bathroom and putting potty pads in the bathroom is kind of a nice little trick that I learned for myself. Because then they just go potty in the bathroom and you just throw it away in the morning. But
anyway. I think that's also kind of very dog dependent too.
I was just gonna say, we didn't have problems with Bo, but he also wasn't blowing his whole ass out.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. And puppy pads, or those dog pads, are kind of, so this kind of goes into my third point of associative memories of dogs, is once they associate, oh, I'm gonna pee on this pad in this house, it doesn't necessarily have to be I'm peeing on a pad. It could be I'm peeing on a rug or something soft. and they could kind of associate that with, oh, I'm just going to pee on this rug in the house because this is what my owners want me to do, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh yeah, Margot won't poop. She won't blow her ass out on the hardwood. She only does it on the carpet. So it's really nice.
That's good. That is really good.
Classic.
Yeah. And her diarrhea piles as a puppy, the piles would be bigger than her.
Oh my god.
So gross.
Yeah. It's really nice. You're just sleeping and it's like 4 a.m. and you get woken up by stank because the air, whatever the furnace is like circulating all the air in the house.
Ew,
and it's like,
furnace?
no, please. It's like cooked diarrhea now.
Oh, fuck. No.
All right, Summer, your turn.
Yeah. Let's move on from
On that note,
blowouts.
yeah. My third one is associative memories, which I kind of hit on earlier, but dogs essentially will like create a picture of that experience that they had with that one thing that one time. And if it was a negative one or a positive one, that's kind of what they go off of until they kind of get a new picture depending on it. So it's kind of goes into like you agree with what you allow. So if they get that picture that they can eat bark chips, then they will continue to do that, and then they associate that behavior with like, oh, this is I can do this. I'm not getting yelled at. I'm not getting redirected. This is great. Another like associative memory with like fireworks is a common one. I know both my dogs were never exposed to it in their formative puppy crucial month, and so they hate fireworks. So that is definitely something that I'm going to do with him. I can't remember, I was training Foxy's dog, Mr. Huckleberry. And I had him over the 4th of July weekend, and I took him outside with the fireworks going, and he could give like 3 shits less, which is great. That's the kind of
that is
breed,
awesome.
the lab breed, but he was probably exposed to a lot of like noises, or he just probably couldn't care less. So that's definitely something that I'm gonna try and expose Rowan to as much as possible. Like the first walk we had with cars, like he's still trying to decide if he likes them or not. So just trying to make sure that it's a positive experience. He was originally just like freezing up and trying to like crawl. He'll like crawl in between my feet to try and like ask me for support. And like as a human, like your normal natural reaction is to like pick them up and coddle them, but like that's not gonna give a positive association with like a vehicle. So just kind of like going back to like patience and holding like whatever space they need if they want to like keep moving to kind of work through whatever like fear that they had, because fearful puppies become reactive dogs as adults, and it's harder to break that like image that they had of that car that's scary when they're an adult versus when they're a puppy.
Right.
Shooting ranges 100%. work really nice for loud noises.
Yeah, we're gonna take him up to probably expose him to that around our own firearms.
Margot was raised on an army shooting range, essentially, or just like
that's true.
Like light machine guns are like bah, bah, just all around, and she's just like doesn't care. So now on like 4th of July, she's literally just sleeping. The cat is freaking out at every single pop, and Margot is just like zonked out.
Yeah. Bo, like, he's not scared of anything.
That's a golden retriever for you.
Which I don't know if that's good or bad. But it's been good, I guess. Yeah, he's like, what's this? I'm like, Bo, that's a car that will kill you. It's like,
but it's fast.
I know, like whenever we have him in the car, he's so. This is why he's slightly derpy. Any car that drives by our car, he's looking out the window. His head moves like as the car is passing. Like he follows the car with his head. So on the highway, his head's just until he lays down. He's like zoom, zoom. Like you can just imagine his head. We're like, oh my god.
Margot like aggressively
Have you guys seen
charges.
Dr. Dolittle?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the dog that's like line.
Yes, that's Bo.
And then he's like,
That's
look at
literally
something
Bo.
further in the distance. Tree.
I know. Bo is that. Yes, 100%. That's
Margot kind of does the same thing, except for when it's anything that's bigger than like a normal car or truck, she will like try to charge it inside of the car. Yeah. So you can like hear her like spin around
Revving
and like running at the side of the car, trying to like jump at it. She's idiot.
That's so funny.
Because if it's a normal car, she just looks at it. But the big trucks, she'll like see him, and she'll like just focus in on it, and I can like look in the rear view mirror and see her all the way in the back, just staring at this big truck, and then try to jump at it as it passes.
That's so funny.
And she would too if she was in the back seat. She jumped out of the truck once and chased a deer while I was moving. She jumped out to chase a deer.
That's good.
Did she hurt anything?
No. Maybe. She certainly didn't act like it. We weren't going fast. We were probably going like 5 to 6 miles an hour, like on base, just like rolling on the dirt road. And there was a deer that I didn't see. And it took off, and she just jumped out the window.
That's so
scary.
Funny.
Crackhead, dude.
Oh, Mario.
Yeah.
All right. My last one. If all else fails, pay for a class or someone else. Or like just for like a specific thing, which like Eddie and I might either try to go to a class, or I think we'd rather be the ones like in a class, like learning to train, like have him with us, you know, like type thing while training, like a one-on-one type thing, because like we want to primarily be the ones training him. And the problem, this is where we screwed up, like so I'm specifically talking about leash training. Annie's not good on a leash. Annie's very good off of a leash, and that like Eddie knows that, but at this point, like when we like go exercise or like go do stuff with the dogs, like we go to the state park, and Annie we let her off the leash because like if no one else is around, obviously we're checking and making sure it's like safe to do that. There's no other people or dogs or like anything like that, but there's these like areas where there's normally not anyone else over there. But now that we have Bo, in the few times we have had them on the leash together, because like I really have tried to like separate them on the leash because Annie has terrible habits, but Bo picked up, I feel like, on the habits that Annie had, even though it's only been like a handful of times they've been on the leash together. He's like picked up that I guess like that's okay with us, which it's not, but Annie's just like, yeah, we're like, okay.
Does she like pull?
No, Annie doesn't pull. She barks. She just like every time she sees people, she just like starts like yelping, barking type thing. Like she doesn't really pull at all. It's just she won't be quiet. So like anytime there's other people, she's either like barking or like, yeah.
But if she's food,
she's not as food motivated as Bo. Like if there's a person and I try to give her a treat, she's like, screw the treat. It's the person that I want. But I feel like it's because she's very social. She wants to go up and say hi. Which obviously is like
allowed like greetings on leash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
she's just
I
being
didn't, I
entitled.
never really got to like leash train her.
Yeah, it's all Eddie's fault.
No offense, Eddie,
True.
love you, but he did train her. Like, she's such a good dog. That's the only thing
Mhm.
about her is her on the leash. But the thing is that if we have her off the leash and people are coming, she won't always like yelp at them. It's like it's when she's on the leash, she just gets like weird. And we're like, "What?" It's so interesting. But Bo isn't really speaking. He like hasn't barked at other people or dogs, which is like good because we don't want him to learn that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, so he's good about that. He's just like we just more so want to train him on like him staying right next to us if we stop, sit. And he's learning, but occasionally he'll do this thing where he like rears back onto his back feet and like he'll be up and then like come back down. But he'll like pull back and rear up and then he'll go back down. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" What is he? I don't know why he's doing that, but he does it. And like he's very food motivated. So like I have kibbles in my hand. He'll stay like right next to me. But when I don't bring treats, because I'm like, oh, I want to see how he does without treats, it's like, wah, wah. I'm like, Bo. But again, patience. And like he does respond well to treats. So maybe I need to ease off the treats instead of just like going like cold turkey, no treats.
Yeah, or
'Cause
just
that,
like turn it into yes work or something like that, to where
yeah,
eventually you won't need to treat for every yes,
right,
and the
right,
like ability to come back to you with that word is like, oh, okay, like that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to focus on you, my bad.
right. Yeah, definitely. I really need to spend time with it, and like the weather is doggy doo doo
Trash.
in
Yeah.
Texas and has been. So hopefully in the spring we'll
Don't even get me
definitely.
started, dude.
I know, trust me. I know. Um, but it's cold and I don't want to put on
Where?
okay, whatever. I don't want to
Whoa,
put on a whole
where?
rain suit every time I go out.
I
Um,
do.
I know you guys do. I know. I'm spoiled now in Texas. But
Hmm.
I think I just really need to spend time with him. But I wouldn't mind going to a class or like doing something like that just to see like what a trainer has to say about him, I guess.
Yeah. I do research to find like a good trainer, not like a Petco class or something like that.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I'm not going to Petco. No,
What?
thanks.
That's
All
a
right.
waste of money.
Oh yeah. No, I
I
would
did that with
definitely do the
Avery because he was
research.
my first dog, and I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. But he turned out okay.
Yes, he did. All right, Marcus.
All right, my last one is gonna be Summer already kind of alluded to it. Like many small sessions
Yeah.
is way better than one large.
Big one. Yeah.
Yeah. Just doing like, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes here and there throughout the day is way better than just one large session.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Especially if
also
you.
many locations. We'll just add this as a bonus. Many locations. So doing it in more places than just your living room. So like actually doing training outside with other distractions and stuff once they have the basics down.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And especially with adult dogs, they absorb the information. So if you go out and do like a training session, put them in their crate for like an hour for them to like absorb and process that information and like have a brain break, and then you can let them out and be like part of the household again.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's a good tip.
Puppies, you don't really need to do that, but you also need to do that if you're potty training them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't keep an eye on them or keep a leash on them when they're in the house. So if they don't learn to blow you off, that's a big one.
Yeah. Oh, I kept a leash on Margot at all times in the house for the first 3 months of her life.
Mm-hmm. Rowan's still in the phase that he likes to eat the leash, so we're working on that.
Oh, Bo does that too, and he's 10 months old, so that's a golden retriever.
Nom nom nom.
Yep. He just is in that he's just over 3 months. He's 3.5, so he's in that prime teething. Everything goes in my mouth right now. Whether it's a shoe, a sock, a towel, a blanket, literally, he'll just see the corner of a trim baseboard in the house. If he's laying there, he'll just turn his face and just start chewing on it. I'm like, what are you doing? So
that's so funny.
I have to have
Bo never left that phase. So
I should post you guys pictures of all my floorboards.
Oh God.
And window trim from Margot's first year of life.
Lord.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
All right.
We have plenty of. So I think we kind of talked about just being very structured in training. Did I spell that right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll spell check you.
Oh, good. So, especially if you're dealing with some type of behavioral issue, reactivity, or something like that, going back to basics and structure, routine and structure. If you're working through reactivity, if you're trying to walk nice with your dog on leash and they just react to everything that moves, or if they want to chase squirrels, going back to crate training at night, sleeping in their crate, being in the crate during the day a couple times, and taking away furniture access and stuff like that, just being super structured with them, because dogs love that. Even though as humans we don't love that, we want dogs to be a part of our family and live with us on the couch and stuff like that. But if they start to become entitled or just have general anxiety about situations, just building that structure and reliability for them and their associative memories, that is very helpful in working through those types of reactivity or anxiety or anything like that.
Yeah.
And consulting a dog trainer.
I might have to try that with Margot.
Yeah, Bo went through this phase when he was tiny. And it started when he was teething and he would eat the drywall, scrape his front teeth on the drywall. Yeah. And we were like, what in the actual fuck? We were like, are you kidding me? Our sweet little cute puppy is destroying the drywall in our house. And we were like, okay, no. So he would go in the crate during the day and then we'd come home at lunch, let him out. Now he's big enough. We leave him in the crate all day. But where I'm going with this is that I think what we did is let him out of his crate too early. When we were giving him too much freedom during the day, because we tried it once. We tried it for a week just to see. I was like, I just want to see what he does to the house, because I knew about the drywall. And the first week he was like an angel. There were no accidents, nothing was wrong in the house. And we obviously closed doors and he's limited to a certain area in the house, but we were like, oh, okay, yeah. So we let him out too early. And we left for our Disney trip in January, and the guy who was house watching for us, he didn't eat the walls once. Then we get back from our Disney trip, go to work, come home, a huge hole in the drywall. And I'm like, are you actually joking? Scrape marks with his front teeth, everything. And we were like, no frickin' way that Bo's doing this again. And so I think it was probably separation anxiety, but also just he was like, yeah, I forgot how much I love eating this drywall. And so, yeah, it's terrible. And so, he's been in his crate and like, obviously it's been fine, but like we gave him too much freedom and now he's back in his structured routine. And I mean, it's fine. Like he doesn't hate his crate. Like we didn't want to make the crate obviously a negative place because that's how you end up with a dog who like hates their crate. So like he's chill with it. I think Annie like lays next to it all day, which is really cute. But I think they genuinely they sleep all day.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, thank God, they're out of the house. It's time to sleep. So it's fine. But yeah,
That's
no,
cool.
definitely having to go back to structure. Like we had to do that with him.
Yep.
Crazy boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also helps, like exercise and mental stimulation for that type of
100%. Yeah, and like when we get home from work, we run him around real good.
Nice.
He's definitely a golden retriever. He definitely retrieves things and brings them back, so that is good.
Oh.
It's like a big thing that people like they get excited. They're like, I want this dog because it looks super cute, but they don't take into effect the like breed matters. So if
100%.
you want a couch potato, like yeah.
Margot.
Get a cat if you want a couch potato.
Margot.
Margot. Yeah.
You're so cute, Margot.
It's a good mistake.
But you are a working dog.
Yep. High
You're
energy
my
working dog.
best mistake. Yes, you are.
All right. Should we head into the cringe phase of life?
Oh, yes.
That I may or may not still be in?
Yes. Did you start, Liv?
Yep.
All right. I guess I'll go.
It's you, Marcus.
I'm being a rat right now. All right. Stop it.
Excuse me.
All right. My first one. We talked about it last week. Is my giant eagle tattoo.
Hell yeah, dude.
Just call it. Should we call it the American Eagles back tattoo,
Yeah.
or the Philadelphia Eagles, since they just won the Super Bowl tattoo?
It looks more like the American Eagle logo.
Damn it.
Rip. You're not getting out of this one.
Yeah. I guess I'll give the faster, funnier version, and if you want to hear the really long story, you can go to last week's episodes and listen to it. But it was my first tattoo, and it was while I was at Luke Air Force Base. It was my technically second tech school, but it was IQT, so the initial career field training school, but it was the second one. I don't know how to explain that better. It's the second school.
Tech school. It's like an advanced
your follow on.
Yeah. We'll call it the advanced training. And just joined the military, was feeling super patriotic, didn't really have
super blue,
just blued up baby, and wanted to get a patriotic tattoo and wanted to just full send it. So it is a literal, my entire back, like the wings, one of its wings comes over my left shoulder and like onto kind of like my collarbone, and then the other wing comes over my right shoulder onto my collarbone on my right side. So like wraps all the way around, and it goes all the way, like the feet are all the way down at my lower back, and it's got its like talons out. And it's not supposed to. The intent was not for it to look like the American Eagle logo, but it does. Like, I'm a walking billboard for American Eagle. Sponsor me. Not the show, but me. Sponsor me. And then it was supposed to look like it's falling apart, and they like completely they completely failed to do anything but draw the outline of the eagle, and like that's not what the picture that I showed them, and like they stenciled and like all that. They didn't do the right stuff. And so it was supposed to look like it's disintegrating as it's like falling out of the sky, which is, even saying that is just yikes, so cringe. But then across my left trap, it also says "For Our Fallen Heroes," and that's what it was supposed to be. And it's just oh my god, why?
That's like you give the big salute after you say that.
Yeah, dude, 100%.
I mean, the sentiment behind it is there. The execution was by the tattoo artist. Was
now, as a person who's been
off.
in the military for a while, if one of the airmen came up to me and was like, "Dude, check out this giant tattoo I got for our fallen heroes," I'd be like, "You're such a douche." Like, Jesus Christ.
That's so funny.
You are a douche nozzle, my guy. And so that's why I feel like a douche nozzle.
So funny because you were that douche nozzle.
I totally was, man. I was just hooah, and yeah, I regret it.
Well, at least it's not as bad as so there was a guy in my class at Keesler who had Air Force wings tattooed on like his left pec. And then his roommate went with him and got a matching one.
Oh, that's man, cute. That's terrible. Do you think they made out while they were getting it?
Yeah, the roommate was smaller, if I remember right. But yeah, it is now, the classmates is now covered up with a tribal tattoo, so I'm not sure if that's any better, but like at least he tried to cover it up. Yeah. No, it was just they're young and dumb doing cringy stuff, and you're like, I'm in the Air Force, I want to do something to commemorate that I'm in the military.
Yeah. So the place that I went to in Phoenix to get this tattoo, I was really excited about it. Not that I'm a big Blink-182 fan, but the drummer from Blink-182 has like a chain of tattoo parlors. And so there's one in Phoenix, one in Vegas, I think one in LA. And so I don't know, I was like, oh, this has got to be a good place, because why would this guy put his, like, you would think that this guy would only hire, like, whatever his name is. I forget what his name is. Like, he would only hire the best people. No, these were like absolute rookies. And so like all of them.
Well, I'm sure he probably saw like the owner or something, not just random other tattoo artists that worked there.
Yeah, I don't know. But so like the lines of like that where what are supposed to be like the outline of the feathers, like they don't even all touch, because the person just didn't like connect all the lines, and like there's supposed to be a lot of curves, but there's a lot of straight lines. And it's just womp womp womp.
Womp.
The experience was kind of fun. So the one job that I applied for that I'm most likely going to take, that I know people that work there. One of them, I actually totally forgot about this until her and I talked about it. But so we actually went and got our first tattoos together at this place. And so I don't know. That's a fun story. There's
full circle.
Right? I get you don't really know what's going on, Summer, but I will once I have more true facts, I will share what the plan is, but it's still all
in the works.
I have an interview tomorrow, so we will find out. Oh, actually, you may have. Let me look up the guy's name. I don't know if you ever worked with him. Sorry, give me one. Donkey.
Congrats on the interview.
Not the Luke instructor, but the WD Donkey Mulersky. Did you ever work with him?
Yeah.
He's the boss.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss
that man.
He's the guy who's in charge of hiring. So I think
during my essentially mess days, I guess is what you would. No, it was during my IQT for ST. We would have our band fights in ops.
Core.
Of course. Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah. I should have put you. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know this guy was the boss. So I had I put in my application.
Well, he probably wouldn't have recognized my last name, but he knows Ray, so he would have put 2 and 2 together. Because yeah, him and Ray know each other very well.
I gotcha. Yeah. So maybe you guys will have to come down and visit. It'll be fun. But yeah, so he is. So I put in my application not knowing that I have 2 friends that work there. And so I put my application in, and no shit, like an hour later, I get a text message from Mariana, who is like, I can't fucking believe that you put in an application for this, blah, 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 blah. The boss is a prior 1/16th person and like knows all of your references. And I was like, bro, what? What a small freaking world.
Who'd you put for your references then?
It was Doyle, Habis. Those were like the 2 that he knew. But then he asked me about Cancel and like what Cancel is doing and blah 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 with all the conversion stuff. So
yeah. All I'm saying is if you do get this job, Marcus, you would have never known about it if it weren't for little old me.
It's true. It was a recommendation from you. And I blew it off at first, and then I slept on it, and I was like, you know what? That actually sounds really awesome.
Thank you, Facebook.
Yeah.
I only know about it because of Facebook.
Yeah.
But I sent a screenshot, and I was like, look at this. Sounds cool.
Well, if you still have Donkey's number, you should text him and be like, hire this guy.
I don't. I never had his number. Because he was a senior master sergeant and I was an A1C.
That's, well played.
Good call. Good call. Nice.
All right.
All right.
Anyway, that's Eagle tattoo, Cringe.
Goodness gracious. Well, I mean, I could piggyback on that, Cringe. My first tattoo on my 18th birthday was the word music on my shoulder. So there's that.
Just music?
Fun fact. Music? Just the word music. Mm-hmm.
For what?
Yep.
For why?
I was really into music, okay? It was my happy place.
Music.
Yeah, but that's one of my many cringe ones. But this one is my first one. AIM, AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh, yes.
The hours I have wasted in the cringiest. What were they called? Chat? They weren't chat rooms. Were they chat rooms?
I think so. Yeah.
Or just where random people would just show up and you would give them like your phone number, and like looking back at that, I'm like, how
did
I not get trafficked?
Yeah.
We'll do this.
Or catfished or something like that. Yeah.
Paid sex location, baby.
Yeah. Dude, I had an AOL girlfriend that lived in like, I don't know, like Minnesota or something.
That's crazy.
And I was in like 7th grade, and we'd talk on the phone every night.
Yikes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Until I got really addicted to Harry Potter, and then I broke up with her because I didn't have time to read Harry Potter and talk to her.
Call her every night.
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous. That's cringe in itself.
Oh, I forgot about that. You just unlocked a core memory.
Girlfriend. I had an internet girlfriend that I couldn't talk to because I loved Harry Potter. Talk about cringe.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's core memory, dude.
Oh. And like the status messages that you could put, or like if you could mark yourself away, and then you would put like this really cryptic but not cryptic to who it was pointed at, like,
yeah,
I'm away because this, and the weird characters that you would type, and the every other like capital letter inside of the word, weird, just dumb, cringy stuff that
away because nobody wants to talk to me, I guess.
Exactly.
Yikes. That's so
God.
funny. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm trying to figure out which one to go with first because they're just all. I feel like one I'll just knock out real quick here is that I was a theater kid. So looking back,
It's not cringe.
yeah, it's kind of cringe, right? I thought everyone hated theater kids.
I took a
Or at
theater
least,
class. It was called children's theater. We wrote a play, went to all the elementary schools in the district and performed it.
That's
And
sick.
it was we put it on a DVD and I have it and I don't really want to watch it because that performance was
God.
cringe. But I mean,
Can we watch it?
I
school.
have all of the DVDs from all of my performances. I don't have them. Sorry, my parents have them. And Eddie and I watched them not long ago because Eddie was like, I need to see this side of you. And I was like, no one needs to see this anymore. And he wanted to. And I think that's why it's going to make the list. Just in general, because like,
yeah.
I really thought we were gonna fucking make it somewhere.
I want to see
And, like-
all of these as well from
and
both
like
of
I
you.
thought
Field
and like
trip to those
I thought we
Paradise.
were like I thought I was in like the cooler like theater kid group, like my friend group. Like my main friend group, I thought we were like the cooler, not like the nerdy theater kids, but like looking back, like I don't know if we were cool. So I'm
That's what
just
makes
gonna
us cringe.
I'm just gonna put theater kid in general because like yeah, watching the performances back and then just like the whole like we really thought we were like creating art. I can't even say it, dude.
Art.
Oh,
Maybe you should get a
dude, I was
tattoo on your shoulder that just says art.
art.
No,
Oh.
yeah, your left back shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
Just
Maybe
art.
I'll get it here in St.
Not
Joe
even theater.
while I'm
Just
while
art.
I'm locked up, snowed in. Yeah. That's mine though, your kid. Yoink. I should find a picture on Facebook and like show you guys from my theater days. But go ahead, Marcus, with your second one.
All right, this next one is gonna be I don't want to type this. MySpace. Top friends crush.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Olivia, do you know? I think I've probably told you this story. Do you know what top friends were?
Not really. Unfortunately, I was not.
Fortunately, you were not in that generation.
That's true. My first like social media was like Facebook. So
okay, so on
and it's
MySpace,
when I was like 11.
You had this like where you had the section that shows all your friends. You had your like top friends, and you would pick who was on your top friends, and you could change the number of people that could be on there. But I think it was like it had to be divisible by 3. I'm pretty sure. So it was like 3, 6, 9. I could be wrong, but maybe it was just the shape that I had mine, and so so I needed 6 on there, and they were all dudes. And I mean, I was a pretty big loser in high school, just because I was like an ugly kid, and I had this like wore khakis every day because I hated jeans, and yeah, I had a really sweet chin strap of pimples, and yeah, just an ugly duckling. And I had this crush on this popular girl, and I obviously didn't want to tell her that I had a crush on her because I had absolutely no chance. And so, but I wanted her on my top friends list because we had a class together and we talked a lot. Which surprisingly, I was this like ugly turd who like really had no actual game, but that's just because like high school girls are mean and they wouldn't ever like date the ugly guy, you know? But I always like kind of had game talking. I don't know if just because I grew up with a single mom and sisters, so like I was comfortable just talking to people, or if I'm just always been comfortable talking to people, just in general. And so we would just kind of always shoot the shit and talk. And so one day I asked her if I could, I told her that I like, had a crush on her friend and if I could add her to my top friends list because I didn't have any girls on my top friends list and I didn't want to be a loser who didn't have any girls on his top friends list.
You loser.
So could I add her to my top friend so I could try and impress her friend who I didn't actually care about at all? Oh, yeah.
Yoink.
That's one of the ones that pops into my head every now and then when I'm like in the shower and I kind of just like want to hide my face and I'm like, oh God.
That's so good.
Why was I like this?
That's so good.
You were developing your social skills with the advent of social media and no one knew how to use it. They still don't.
Oh, look at that artist over there.
Okay, I put a picture. Okay, we did the King and I. Okay.
Don't put it up. I can't say it. Let me move it. We're gonna put it right here.
Sorry.
Right now.
Yeah.
Till you explain it.
We did the King and I. When I was in middle school, I was in 8th grade in this picture, and I had one of the lead roles, and I just thought I was hot shit, basically. So I was the.
I mean, check out those sideburns. Those are pretty wicked.
Okay, time to leave. With that, and then super quick, I forgot to mention this. It lumped in with the theater kid. Was also theater/choir. And when I was in 6th grade, I auditioned for a rap solo in the choir, and there's video evidence of that. And it was the beginning.
Pics or it didn't happen.
Well, I'm not playing the video. If you guys want to go find it on my mom's Facebook, you can.
Summer, you have a mission.
It's pretty rough. But I really thought it was awesome. And like I auditioned for the rap solo, not expecting to get it. And I guess I was the best one because I got it. You know what I mean?
God.
Yeah.
Dude,
and
you
so
have
like
to,
I'm just
you have to post this. Imagine Foxy's reaction to watching you rap.
I mean, I have the video right here.
Oh yes.
I just don't know how to save it. Oh, save it. All right, I'm gonna work on this. Go ahead, Summer.
Oops, it was that easy.
I'm gonna go with my personal fashion style. So I was just out of high school when I discovered Buckle. And I exclusively shopped there, spent like all of my money on like $200 jeans, like so ridiculous. Looking back on it, I'm like, why did I do that? It's so cringe. Like, and I thought like wearing them was the coolest thing in the entire world.
Did you think you were gonna get a boyfriend if you wore them?
Not that. I just thought I was cool because I wore the jeans.
Hell yeah, dude.
So cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry, I found this video. I don't know how to save it, but I can't watch it.
We can figure it out for next week.
Okay. All right.
Send it to me.
I definitely want a link though.
Yeah, I'll send it to you guys in Messenger. Oh, Marcus doesn't have Facebook. I'll send it to you guys somehow. Anyway, Summer, the style thing. Totally feel that. Miss Me jeans were the biggest things in the world when I was in middle school. Fuck yeah.
Rock Revival and
yes.
Oh yeah. And like Affliction shirts. Goodness gracious.
I didn't wear those. But
I didn't either because they were like $50 for a shirt, and I was
Literally.
like, that at least I had some good sense about. But
Yeah.
for like a t-shirt, like a stupid t-shirt
For
was
sure.
$50.
Yeah.
And just like having, we talked about this. I don't know if you're gonna say it too, but it kind of encompasses style. It's just like washing your hair every single day. Like no one told us that was bad for your hair. Like that was just
Literally.
a thing. And then just straight, like you would wash it and then you would immediately blow dry it and then straighten it. Or
And then
if you got one of those
straighten it.
quote unquote wet straightener thingies, you just fry
that,
your
like,
hair
destroy
every
your
single
hair.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so you could have straight hair, and because it was in style.
Yeah,
It's
that's a
crazy.
good segue for my second one, which was straight hair, didn't care. I have very like naturally. It used to be very curly. When I was younger, and everyone was starting to straighten their hair, and I was like, I want to do that. So I started straightening my hair. Like, I would go over it 500 times with the straightener just so it would be the straightest it could be. And it was like, tonight will
Like
be the
500
night
degrees.
that I will fall for you. Like those vibes, like straight hair. And so, yeah, like my dad used to be like, why are you straightening your hair when you have like really pretty curly hair? And I was like, no one wears curly hair to school right now, Dad. And he was like, whoa, okay. So like, yeah, I just straightened it, and I attribute that phase of my life where I straighten it all the time to why my hair is like lost. It lost its curl for a while, but it's coming back. They're slowly coming back, but I straightened the shit out of my hair, dude.
Shit.
Yikes.
I lost my curls for a while too. No.
Yeah. Mine are coming back. They're coming back.
It's not as curly. It's not nearly as curly.
Same, yeah. Mine's more like wavy.
Yeah.
Same.
All right, Marcus. Shut up.
All right, so I never got into the anime craze, but I did get addicted to one anime, and it's called Bleach. I don't know if it's around anymore or not, but
I don't know what that is.
yeah, so whatever. It's just an anime, and I thought anime was the lamest thing ever, and then somehow got addicted to one, and then I thought it was the greatest thing ever, and I haven't dared to step back into anime since this show. Once it got its talons out of me, but I joined this forum to just talk about Bleach. And that was the face, the lowercase x capital D that I just like used on everything. It was so bad that I had a following.
Ew.
I had a following of people on the forum that like anytime I made a post anywhere, which was like 8 hours a day, it was bad. They would shit talk me for the amount of times that I would use that face and just tell me to stop using it. And then like wrote some like fan fiction stuff for these for these forums.
Oh, no.
I learned how to use Photoshop early on. And actually I used the free version called GIMP, which is an odd name for a program, but whatever. It's Photoshop, but it's free. To learn how to make like banners for your like signature block and just like the cheesiest, cringiest, like yeah. And I remember going into the fan fiction stuff. If you wanted to flirt with girls, the only place you could do that was going into the romance fan fiction. So I was like writing romance fan fiction because I wanted to talk to all the turbo nerd girls.
I'm cringing listening to this right now.
I'm cringing talking. I don't want to talk about this. This is like,
That's like
deep.
big
Like
yikes.
this has been buried like 12 feet deep under
Well, it's
a
good it's
layer
coming
of
to
mercury
surface.
because it's
Yikes.
so funny. Oh man, I wish I could find some of this shit that I've wrote on there just to be like to make you guys believe it. Because man, there
No
was
way.
some. I wrote some straight up smut. It wasn't fairy smut, but it was anime smut, and these girls they liked it, so I kept writing it. XD baby, little XD. So that's why I didn't need to go to parties or get invited. I had internet girls.
You had your internet forum.
My cat girls to talk to.
Ew.
It was a phase, all right?
It was
We judge. We judge and we don't listen.
Literally me the whole time you were talking.
Don't care. Don't care. It's a funny story now.
No, this is a safe space. Yeah. It's only the whole world that can access this if they want to.
It's so cringe to myself that it's like almost trauma. Like I'm sharing trauma right now.
We appreciate you sharing with us.
No, you're welcome.
We listen and we don't judge.
That's true.
Sure.
Sometimes.
Sure. I had enough shame about it to never do anything like that again. So, and it was like as soon as I like our computer broke or something, and I couldn't get on the internet to like be on these forums for like 3 days, and I like snapped me out of it, and I was like, oh my God, I need a shower. Why did I do all of this? It's disgusting.
Yeah, going.
Okay, anyway, your turn, Summer.
Facebook wall posts.
Yes.
Where everyone and using them as like a conversation back and forth with that individual. Like back when I was on Facebook, like all the time, like I had the app and I would check it occasionally. It'd be like your memories, and it'd be like friends posts on my walls. And I'm like, well,
oh yeah,
why did we think this was appropriate for everyone to see?
Or like funny. You're like, do you guys remember TBH LMS? Do you remember that? To be honest, like my status.
Yeah.
And then people would get in the comments be like, TBH, you're really cool. Or like, TBH, I really enjoy math class with you.
So cringe.
Just being below the age of 20 is so cringe.
Oh man, dude, the TBH LMS shit was so
and
funny.
then you just insert social media into it where like there's no bounds or limits to like any type of communication with an underdeveloped and developing brain, and you're just it's just not a good combo.
And that's why we need cyberbullying.
It evens the playing field. I'm just kidding. Cyberbullying's terrible.
No, it's not. You need immediate shame for those cringe ass posts.
No.
So that it's not okay
you need
to be like that.
A form of validation if that's what you're seeking. If not, you don't need any type of interaction. It just needs to stay there.
We're not in actual therapy right now. We need cyberbullies.
Get out of here, Marcus.
Kitty, you can't have the microphone.
Okay. Summer led into my next one. So I went through a phase, high school to be specific, and beyond high school actually, where I would make my Instagram captions like puns, and I'll just like read you guys some of these. Yeah, I'll just read you guys some examples. Let me find a good one. I think there's one of me on the beach, and I said like, "Beach don't krill my vibe." Yikes. Trying to find it.
I'm embarrassed hearing that.
We went to Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado, and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm trying to find more.
At least we can look back at these moments and laugh and giggle.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's some other good ones.
And know we've grown since then.
Just a little bit.
I was at NASA and I said, Houston, we have or Houston, we don't have a problem. What is
You
wrong
would
with
still
me?
say that.
Yeah.
You would still say all of these things.
I know. That's why it's like, it's funny because like I look back and I'm like, wow, these are cringe, but it was my calling card. Like, I had to do it.
You still say ridiculous things. It's one of your best features.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Then some of them are just like cringe in general. Like, there's a picture of me in Oregon with mountains in the background. And it says, "Mountains make me happy." Yikes. Anyway, those are just some like small examples. What's this one? High five. Lame. Yeah, I guess I'll just leave it there, but pretty much a good one. I like my snow like I like my cheese. #shredded. Because I was skiing. I need to stop. It's terrible. It's bad. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I really don't do it anymore because I don't really post on Instagram as much as I once did. But for a while there, I was on a roll, so we're just gonna leave it at that. And some of those have been within the past 3 or 4 years. So anyway, it's good. I like it. Marcus? Last cringe?
Kind of along the same thing. So like, let's say MySpace / Facebook, like pick me sad posts, trying to like get attention. Kind of like Summer was saying with the AO or the AIM like statuses, like, oh, I guess just no one's gonna talk to me today. Like hoping that the one person, like that you're hoping that your crush reaches out to you, who like doesn't even know that you have a crush on them because you avoid them like the plague because you have a crush on them. So like, why the hell would they
never talk to them at all?
Like, wait.
Never talk to them a day in your life.
I didn't even know you knew that I existed. Why do you have a crush on me?
I requested you as a friend and you accepted it.
Yeah. Oh.
So good.
So, yeah. And then honorable mention, I kind of already alluded to it, what was just like wearing khakis every day. And like, you're supposed to like wear kind of nice shoes with khakis, like sneakers, khakis, and a sweater, and like emo hair, and listening to death metal and playing WoW all day. And I was a vibe,
really
man.
A brand.
Yeah. Yeah. I was a brand. So basically just me. I was cringe.
But we were all cringe at that age because we didn't know what life was.
Yeah, and the people that weren't cringe back then are now meth heads. So, or like they're either meth heads or lawyers, and on like their 5th divorce, and they're absolutely miserable in life because if they don't achieve high enough, their parents will disown them. Type of people. So we're better off being cringe anyway.
It's more fun that way.
Oh yeah.
All right, some. Let's hear it. Last one.
Literally everything I did. No. I I'm gonna go with like letting like brands, so like Hollister, American Eagle, like begging my parents to like buy that stuff for me just so I could like be quote unquote cool and like try and fit in when like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do you want to carry me around like a backpack just so you can? I won't have a shirt on, so you can just see the big American Eagle logo. We'll think it's really trendy.
Well, I remember like specifically borrowing my friend's Hollister jacket because my parents would never buy me anything from Hollister, and I like lived in it. Like I wore it every single day for like weeks until she asked for it back. But I thought I was like so cool because I had a Hollister hoodie, and I was like, I'm cool now. And just looking back at that, I'm like, wow, why did that make me feel cool? It was just a hoodie.
Were you like actually kind of cool in high school? Like, were you popular?
No. Mm-mm. I had very few friends, and I just generally hated being social. I had like a core group of friends that we did a lot with. Did like parties and went to the all age club in Portland all the time.
Huh.
But
so
other than
nothing's
that,
changed.
like I wasn't. Yeah, because I go clubbing all the time.
No, I just meant the other stuff.
Oh yeah, exactly. I know my limits.
Yeah. Oh,
I know my social limits. They're very, very slim.
I feel like Liv was low-key kind of popular in high school.
No.
Yeah, she was a theater kid. She was popular with all the theater people.
With the theater people, maybe.
Yeah.
But also like not really. I wasn't popular though.
Gotcha. I was this weirdo who none of them would have ever like asked me to hang out, but in all of our classes, I would get along with everybody and everybody knew who I was, but nobody would want to hang out with me. But everybody was friendly with me and I was friendly with everyone. And no one like ever messed with me. Nothing. So I was this weird in between. Yeah.
I guess that.
Yeah, it's just this weird in between thing, and then I did a bunch of TAing in my senior year for an architecture class and the front office, and so like I knew all the teachers, and they all liked me, but I just like I had my like two friends, and we just played WoW together all day, and then he introduced me to two of his like childhood friends that he like I think he made in church or something, and so then like the four of us were like BFFs. So two of my best friends in high school didn't even go to the same high school, and none of us had cars, so we just played WoW all day every day.
Are you still friends with people from high school?
Yeah, those three people are like my best three friends from childhood. I still talk to them all the time. Two of them don't really use Facebook or Instagram, but one of them, Jacob, they also have a beach house here at the coast, so I see him probably 5-6 times a year. And
that's awesome.
Kyle is he doesn't like social situations at all, so we mostly just game. And then Ron, he's a master technician for Mercedes.
Sorry, Ron.
So yeah, I'll put some don't put that disrespect on him. So he's always working, but usually I see him once or twice a year. So yeah, they're like still my homies.
Forever friends. That's awesome.
Forever friends. Yes.
Heck yeah.
Yes. All right, Liv.
Okay, last one, which I I've talked about a little bit before. But my brother and I, sometimes my sister Audrey, but mostly my brother and I, and then the two like neighbor kids that were like similar age to us, we would take my iPod Nano and we would make like videos, and I would pretend I was like a news anchor. Or like one of us was news anchors, and like one of us was like fucking spinning the globe like as fast as we could, like behind in the background. So it, and like we had this backdrop of like a map, and like, dude, it was so funny. Like, I used to pretend to be a news anchor. I don't even know what news I was telling. But then we'd have like, it would like pan over to my brother, and he would just do like the dumbest shit ever. And I'd be like, okay, back to the news. After my brother just like jumped like off the stairs or something like super
Broke his face.
stupid. Yeah, and then we'd also just like make videos of like my brother like just hurting himself on purpose, like for the sake of the video. I don't know. And then when my brother got an iPod Touch for Christmas one year, we switched to the iPod Touch, and like we need to find these videos, dude. They're so cringy though. But cuz the worst part is like I started getting a little older, like I was the oldest one out of the group. And like I was still in 7th grade like making these videos. And so I was like a 13-year-old making videos, and I was like, "Oh my god." It got to the point where I was like, "I have to stop. Like if my friends find out about this, I'm dead." My life is over. And so I was like, guys, I can't be in these videos with you anymore, but I can still film them.
Oh, that's too funny.
So I was like the director, but I was like, I can't be in these. Like, what if my friends see me?
You have to find these, and you have to show all your friends.
I know, I have to find these videos. I gotta find my iPod Nano. I think my brother has his iPod Touch, which that has some good stuff on it, but I really need to find my Nano. It's
Wish I
just
still had
funny.
iPod Touch.
Oh
There's
man,
shit on that.
they were just so cringe. Again, like back to the theater thing, I really thought we were like making good content. I thought I was gonna be YouTube famous as well, so like
You may
let's
have
just. No, I didn't post any.
Well,
Oh, you're
that's
saying
saying,
if I did?
yeah.
No, I don't think
You
so.
never
I
know
think
what takes
we'd get
off on
like
the
2
internet.
views. That's true. Look at the fucking Gummy Bear song. You guys remember that? Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, is that the? Pretty sure my nephew watches that now. I'm looking.
It's still popular. It's like
Yeah.
the
Let
little
me.
green gummy bear where he's like, "Oh, I'm a gummy bear. Yes, I'm a gummy bear."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's popular because my nephew,
Dude,
who's
stop. It's
almost
amazing.
5, was like, "Hey, I want the Gummy Bear song," and I was like, "What is that?" And I played it, and I was like, "This is the last time I'm ever letting you listen to this."
Dude, that's so funny. It's coming back. Oh, that's amazing. The gummy bear, full circle, like
That's
15
one way
years
to
later.
describe it.
15 years later. It's amazing.
And popular with a 4-year-old.
Circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's good.
I'm going on YouTube and seeing when that was published.
While you look it up, I'm actually gonna change one of mine real quick.
Okay.
It's my last one.
Muse content.
It's one of the reasons why I have trauma around the idea of singing karaoke. So one, I mean, I've talked about it before. I just kind of like have stage fright and don't like being the center of attention and like everybody's eyes on me. It just freaks me out. But my singing has never been great. And my proof of this is it was the first Muse concert I went to, which I was a huge Muse fan in like my late teens. And I had my phone
tattooed on yourself.
No, not that big. Not that big of a fan. Now that you say it, maybe I'll have to go get something. And I'm like recording a song on my phone, and obviously you're at the concert yourself, and so I'm like singing along, and you can't hear yourself. And I went back to listen to or like look at the videos, and I heard myself singing in this video. And I deleted every single video I had from that concert. And I swore to myself I was never going to sing around other human beings ever again, because it was the most atrocious thing I'd ever heard in my entire life. And there was so much, like, nobody had ever heard. I don't think anybody around me heard me sing even. It was just the phone. But just the fact that it was that terrible
well, and
made me cringe.
Like your
so
voice
hard.
sounds different to you than it does to anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, but that wasn't the problem. That was not the problem. It was
so
just
funny.
there was not a single note that was sang correctly. Like my voice cracking, and it was so bad. It's the worst noise I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, and I've literally never really sang around anybody since that day, and so that was probably 15 years ago. It's quite the impactful, cringy moment in my life.
Oh, the Gummy Bear song came out 17 years ago, so
whoa,
I feel old now.
That's because you are.
True. All right, should we move into things that we are proud of?
Oh, yes.
Oh, this was a tough one for me.
I know. Did you guys take like a more like things I'm proud of myself for, or like just things you're proud of in general?
Well, I really ultimately only have like one, but it's like not really a specific. No, so it's like not a specific thing because I'm not proud of like one thing. I'll wait my turn and describe it.
You're the first one.
I'm going. Okay, so it's hard to describe, but it's like I'm not proud of a single like moment in life or like things that have happened to me or things that like I've done for other people. It's just like being able to appreciate like the little moments of like, oh, I feel accomplished, or like I feel good about that, or something like that. Just trying to be a good human. Like that's what I'm proud of.
100%.
Is never being like complacent or just like happy with the status quo, or just happy with like, okay, cool, I think I've grown enough, like I'm good. Because that's when like you're not a good human, is when you just kind of stop growing.
Is that it?
That's basically it. Yeah. It was really hard to like think of that. It's hard for me to like think of like things that I've like accomplished or whatever.
I feel like what you just said, like, because I came up with a list of 4, but what you just said basically encompasses like my entire list. It's like, yeah. Do you have anything else you want to elaborate on?
No.
Okay. First for me is where I am now / where I'm headed. I wanted to lean this more on the like personal growth side. Yeah, I think I'm just kind of what Summer said, like I'm just proud of like, you know, where I am now in life and the way that everything has played out, and like, you know, I'll get into more of the specifics of like the where I am now, I guess, in my other ones. But then I guess I'm foreshadowing, like, well, not really, but I think I'm proud of the place that I'm headed, like personal growth. I'm trying to become a better person, a better, you know, wife, stuff like that. Like I'm just trying to become the best person that I can be, and like I'm proud of the journey I've been on to become the person that I am, but then also like I'm just proud of the direction, I guess, that I'm headed in, if that makes sense.
Totally.
Yeah, totally.
Hell yeah. Marcus, you're up.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that if I'm being completely true to myself, I completely and utterly 100% resonate with summer. But just this little journey that I've been on over the last couple months, a lot of the stuff is talked about, including the book we're all reading, gets to it that like you have to pat yourself on the back about some stuff, and you have to be willing to allow like self-accomplishment and proudness, not prideful proudness, but just a proudness of like you can look at something and have some love for yourself about it, and that has been super hard. So I also struggled a lot with this list.
Same.
Because every time I talk about myself, and it just feels dirty to me that I'm like, it feels like I'm like blowing smoke up my own ass and like being like, yeah, I'm so cool and so good. But realistically, that's
why interviews used to be super hard for me, is because they're basically like trying to sell yourself and stuff like that. I've gotten a lot better at them, but they're still like, I just feel like I'm just blowing smoke up everybody's ass in an interview, and it's really hard for me.
Yeah.
The worst is when you feel like you're blowing smoke up your own ass too.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, no, I totally get that.
Mm-hmm. But from practice, because I still feel the same way, but it's gotten easier, and I do feel that I felt bad about myself. I don't want to make it sound like that, but I feel better about myself since like accepting that I have things that are genuinely good about myself. So like if you take the angle of who would I want, like if I had kids, what would I be proud of them for doing? And if I'm doing one of those things, it's okay to tell myself good job. That doesn't mean that I'm done growing, because I'm definitely not done growing, but to just like take the small W and celebrate, not even celebrate, but just try to have a genuine proudness of even small things. It kind of falls into the whole like gratitude practice. So I guess maybe that's another way to think about it. If you have a hard time saying what am I proud of, it's like what do you have gratitude towards yourself for? But I'm proud of myself so far for how did I write this down?
I
am proud of myself in 2025. Now that's like goals that we really?
Hey, I'll have some proud moments when it's my turn.
So mine are like the fitness goals, weight loss goals, growth goals, making connections with friends goals, this podcast, and just getting more comfortable with like opening up about who I am and talking about the cringy shit that I've never talked about with anybody ever before with. And you know what? It was actually
secrets.
Not only was it good, it was funny. So now I want to tell these stories to more friends, because it makes people laugh. And then just like applying for other jobs and actually getting out of my little comfort bubble zone, which was kind of like the hand was kind of forced with what happened with the conversion stuff, and I don't really want to do the cyber thing. So that was going to happen no matter what, but nonetheless, I'm going to be proud of it. Good job, me.
Heck yeah.
Good
Can't hear me patting myself on the back.
Nope, but I believe that you are.
Thanks.
All
You're up,
right, Summer.
Okay. So I guess a proud moment for myself, when I augmented for deployment. So augmenting is, for those of you that don't know, is you're going to deploy with a unit that's not like your home unit. So you volunteered to go with them. So I didn't know anybody or anything about that unit, and I was a brand new controller, and I guess made an impression with like my skills and ability as a controller, even though I was brand new, and I got selected to participate in one of like the big exercises that the host country does, and then I was actually selected again to go through that course with the host nation as a controller, which was a first. So I was the first one to graduate from that course as an American, which was really cool.
Wow.
So I guess I'm proud of
So
myself for
cool.
that.
That is really
That's
cool.
super cool.
That's definitely
And it's
something
like
to be proud of.
an equivalent
Definitely.
of their like weapon school. I just feel like I'm bragging so much when I
No,
talk
you're
about
not. I don't think you are. Like I know
Mm-mm.
I know like what you're saying.
You're not
You're like,
embellishing.
bleh. No, what? No.
You're
You
just saying the
shouldn't.
facts.
not only to be like
Shouldn't.
a female from like not your actual squadron, and then it was a coalition that like put me up for it. So it was like not even like a natural path for it. So it's very humbling experience for sure.
It's just how good you are. Way to go.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. I'm actually
Woo, I got
clapping
the
if
claps.
you can hear it. Yeah. Hell yeah. My second one, this one's kind of like a big one to be like my career. Right. Okay, sure. But my career in the guard led me to the career that I have now. And I guess like kind of what Summer was just saying, like one of the first times I ever really truly felt super proud of myself was like controlling and like knowing that like I don't know that you're getting the job done and like it's cool. Personally, I think it's pretty cool what we did. Like controlling, I think it's cool, obviously. But
Yeah. It's so hard to explain to other people too.
I know. And I know it's so hard to like describe, or I guess like give the people who haven't done it like the feeling of doing it. It's really hard to describe. But like actually doing it, and now I get to like do it all the time. It's awesome. Cuz like I mean in the guard I was just doing it here and there, and like it was except for deployment, and like it was awesome when I did. But like I just felt so proud of myself, I guess, for like being decent, I suppose. Slightly decent
You
at
were
doing
better
it.
than decent.
Above
Alright.
average.
I know, but I can't, same thing. Like, I can't sit here and be like, I was good. Because, like, I genuinely thought there were so many people, obviously, that are, like, way better at it than me. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I felt proud of myself, and now, like, doing that job has led me to the job that I have now. And yeah, I don't know. The guard was my first job, so rip.
Oh.
I know. Anyway, my career. I never thought I'd ever in a million years, if you'd have asked Olivia in high school what she'd be doing for her job, she'd have said she was going to be a fucking news anchor. Okay, so the dream didn't die until.
You mean deconflicting airspace in the Middle East wasn't one of your dreams in high school?
Literally, isn't that so funny? But like obviously, like, I never thought I'd have ended up here, like, in the military realm.
I mean,
and
controlling aircraft kind of is a form of news anchor. You're informing pilots
that's
of
true.
things.
You have to listen to me. And I'm telling you the breaking information that's going on around you. Yeah, you're right. You're right. In a way, it is broadcasting, just not the broadcasting I thought I was going to be doing. Yeah. Anyway, it's super cool what we got to do, and I'm forever grateful for it because it led me to where I am now. And yeah, I'm just proud American. All right, Marcus.
I'm gonna say my alleged teaching abilities, because I don't see it, but other people tell me I'm a pretty good alleged. Yeah, right.
Alleged. Yeah, I was making fun of the fact that you just put my teaching abilities because you're a great teacher.
Well, again, I can't say that.
Just put my teaching abilities.
No, it's the alleged. That's what other people. I don't see it.
My alleged career. Sorry.
Yes. yes.
Literally.
You can write whatever you want. I don't know. It's something people tell me, and I don't. It's like one of the few things where I like hearing it. Whereas if I get an award for something stupid or get shouted out for something, in the future I'll go out of my way to make sure that I don't get noticed for something like that again, because it's so like gross to me. But the teaching one, and it probably relates to like enjoying being useful to people and providing a service of some sort to somebody, because if I was a good teacher, that means you learned something, and that feels good that I was able to be helpful to you in some way, shape, or form. So I feel like I'm proud of my teaching abilities based on what people tell me about my teaching abilities.
Heck yeah. I totally agree. You're a great teacher. Yes. You're a great instructor for a reason.
What reason is that?
Sure.
You helped me learn how to do it. And apparently I was above average, so.
It's all me, dude. It's all me. I knew it.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, Summer.
I also had some instructors that were scary.
What?
Who?
Summer.
I'm not saying it. No, it wasn't Summer. I'm not saying it. We don't
gonna listen
here.
to this?
Well, probably not. But
who knows?
Scary's the wrong word. Intimidating, for sure. But I feel like that also made me
how Marcus described me.
I didn't want to get yelled at, so.
Summer is a beloved character.
Maybe that wasn't good.
So who knows? There might be a lot of people that listen to this because it's you.
I feel like Summer never instructed me. Maybe like once or twice, but I feel like Summer was like my evaluator.
I only ever instructed and evaluated STs. Like that was my work for like 5 years straight, and it was.
I know you were one of my ST instructor evaluators.
Oh, we were probably, that's probably my fault. I think I usually the DSGs were like, okay, you need to sit mission and you need to get 3 hacks and nothing else matters.
Yeah. 100%. Well, that's how it was.
Which is lame, because you definitely should have instructed people more.
My work was evaluating STs for 5 years straight. I'm just going to reiterate that.
Yep.
That's I validate your feeling. You're so much more worth than that. The amount of thankfulness you have from the full-time staff for making it so they don't have to evaluate surveillance technicians was way higher is just it can't even be put into words how thankful
Which
we were.
is so funny.
Oh, that alone should be worth it, you know, our thankfulness.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm
Whatever
not
you say.
Oh gosh. All right, you're up.
I'd go with my civilian like career. It's not really a career because I've only been there for a few years, but that has helped me with a lot of like my social skills growth. Because a lot of it involves me to be on the phone and talking. Just it basically puts me in like an uncomfortable zone, which is what I'm not used to or particularly fond of. Is doing things in the unknown. So it's helped a lot with just being able to like reach out to like random people that I've never interacted with and just like calling them on the phone and be like, hey, and just start asking them questions. Cause like I just developed kind of like a network of like coworkers to reach out to for help and like collaboration. And then I deal with a lot of like employers and injured workers, so people that I've never met and never will meet, but I have to talk to them over the phone and talk about like super like I have to ask them like super invasive questions sometimes. And just being able to like build that rapport with them is like a skill that I've like slowly developed. And like phone conversation rapport with like getting them to trust me, to like open up about some things, and just being able to have their backs too if it comes to something. So it's just I'm proud of like how I'm growing with it, and just it's fun sometimes.
Sometimes.
No, that's
sometimes it's a bit stressful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's super awesome.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. My third one. I'm trying to decide which one I want to do next. I'll go with my positivity. Something that I'm proud of. It's so hard. Like I know I always come off as like very positive and like genuinely I am, but like sometimes it's so hard to be like that positive person and it takes a lot of my energy. Which like I feed off of other people, or at least I convince myself that I feed off of other people, cuz sometimes like I just need like just me time. And like I feel like no one ever, except for like Eddie, like sees that side of me where I'm like just want to lay in bed, like scroll or like watch shitty reality TV, or like just not do anything and just like have a day to not do anything. Cause like normally like I'm like, let's go, let's do this, let's do that, like blah, 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 you know, and it like doesn't really affect me, but then like it catches up with me every once in a while. But I guess where I'm going with this is that like I'm still proud that I've, I guess, maintained the positive outlook that I've had since I was like younger in my cringy Instagram pun caption phase of like just trying to like be positive. I'm just glad that like I've maintained that through like everything that, you know, just like life, I guess. Because life gets to you. Like life it can just wear you down. Especially like the work schedule that I'm in now is like a work schedule that I hadn't been in consistently for a few years, and now getting back to that, it's just like, oh dude, I'm tired. But I still try to like remain that positive person, and I think I do that. And it's hard for me to be like, yeah, I do that. Because I'm like, I think I do that. But yeah. Being positive.
It's always fun, like as I don't know if I always call it when I'm on my man period. There's like phases. It seems like a cycle of when it's easier to be positive and easier to be calm, because inside to myself, I'm not positive and calm a lot of the time.
Right.
It's just my outwardly demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
And there are weeks here and there where for like a week straight, the amount of mental power it takes to stay positive and calm is like 1,000% more than it is just a few days later.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, definitely.
Like today.
Yeah, that's like, at least I think that's super normal, I guess.
Like today, what happened today? Would you like to talk about it?
Oh yeah, it was actually going to be one of my kind of funny, like a funny version of I'm proud of. But this is a good segue. It's not one of my actual ones, but it kind of is. But it's kind of not. So I'm sure probably neither of you have ever seen me have like a public outburst towards somebody, like a random person. And
what happened today?
Oh yeah, this lady caught the bird big time in traffic, and so I don't know why. Today wasn't even like nothing really bothered me today or whatever. I just like had a reaction and I didn't stop myself.
For this lady.
And I just I just went with it. But so I'm on my way to Taco Bell. So ironically, I'm proud of myself in 2025, and then today I had to have Taco Bell because I was running really, really late for this podcast and I just needed food. And so you guys know how the Taco Bell, you take a light or you take a right at the light and then you get to the weird T intersection to turn towards Taco Bell. Well, for those that you don't know, so it's a T intersection where I have the right of way to make a left turn. Well, not the right of way for oncoming traffic, but if someone is at the intersection of the T, I have the right of way to go first. But it's also like a really busy road. And so if you're the other person trying to cross a lane of traffic to go in the direction that I'm essentially pointing at, there's no light there, so you get stuck just sitting there for 5-10 minutes unless somebody that is in my turning lane lets you go first. And so there's a lot of traffic. There's a car in front of me. They took forever to go, and there's like a big line of cars behind me. And so the car in front of me goes, and then there's more traffic, and then I see that there's like a giant opening, and there's a car trying to make a left turn out of this intersection. And so I wave the guy out, and he doesn't see me at first that I'm waving at him. So I'm kind of just standing there and no one's moving at all. And I just keep waving at him, and then he finally realizes it. And right when he realizes it, this lady right behind me, in a beautiful Tesla, just decides to be a complete bitch and just lays on her horn, and then tries to swerve around me to drive in the wrong lane of traffic to get past me, and then has to slam on her brakes because this car that I was letting through, being a nice person, is going. And I slammed the window button and just put the bird out the window to this lady the whole way through the turn. And then I got through the turn and I was like, what just happened? Why did I do that? But you know what? Go me, because fuck that lady. Like, you don't get to be a bitch like that. Like, I'm sorry you were 7 seconds late to Costco. Like, why are you getting so worked up right now? You literally know what I'm doing. Like, you see this car waiting to turn and there's no traffic. Like, what do you think I'm doing?
Yeah.
But you know what? She's probably just thinking about herself. Because she's a nice lady who caught the bird today.
Maybe
So I'm
she's
proud
not
of
so
myself.
nice. Who knows?
Maybe
Yeah,
she's
good
not.
for you.
I hope she's not nice. And hopefully there was somebody else in the car with her, and hopefully she felt some shame about her behavior after getting the bird. Some guy on the sidewalk, or maybe it was another car, was like, whoa. That's like, that's right.
Yikes.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my public freakout story today. That doesn't happen very often. But for my actual one, I'm gonna say actually starting this podcast, or like I don't. That makes it sound like that I started it, but that like we started it.
Retweet.
Yeah. Actually, like, you know, we had talked about it for a while, and
A long time.
yeah,
Years.
and actually, you know, doing it and not really, you know, not doing it because we're trying to be trendy or get followers, just like kind of doing it for ourselves and having fun with it and not really caring and doing whatever we want and getting over the like what do you want to call it, the cringe factor of it, and actually publishing them even though our sound was kind of trash for the first few episodes. And
hey, we figured it out.
We did, and we wouldn't have if we didn't just send it. So
yeah,
I'm proud of that.
100%.
Super proud.
I'm proud of it too.
I'm proud of you.
Proud of you. Proud of Summer too.
So
Yay, proudness all around.
Yeah, so proud of you guys. Wow. Your turn.
My ability to stay calm in stressful situations, like our job entails while we're deployed.
Yeah.
Like being one of the 2 leaders on the crew, it was essential for me to maintain calmness for everybody involved.
Yeah.
Just being that calm force, so not everyone was freaking out on some instances that happened. But yeah, I just kind of pride myself in my ability to be the calm force in life sometimes. Not associated with my driving whatsoever, but in life outside of my driving. I'm
key.
normally very calm.
It is key to be calm when you're hauling ass. So it actually probably
true.
helps you out in driving
That is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, none of that. What is it, like midnight over there?
It's only 9.
It's 11:05. No big deal.
No, we're almost done. You can make it.
Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get sappy on my last one because I'm done talking about myself.
Cop out.
It's not a cop out.
It's a cop out, but we'll allow it.
I'm
But
very proud.
You have to admit that it's a cop out first, and then you can use this one.
Whatever, you can call it a cop out, but it said things we're proud of. It didn't say things we're proud of ourselves for, which is why I clarified at the beginning.
That was the intent. It's fine. We'll allow it, but it's a cop out.
You gotta be more specific. Things I'm proud of. Or shall I say, people I'm proud of. My husband, Eddie. I'm so proud of him. He just got his master's degree.
Whoa.
Congrats, Eddie.
I know. And just like, and he's like, I don't know, should I get my PhD? And I'm looking at him like, what the actual is, like, what in the actual fuck is wrong with you? Because for me, my bachelor's degree, I'm out. I'm done. Never want to go to school again. No, never want to do any school ever again. Rest of my life, I'm good with, well, okay. I say that now. We'll see. But for now, I'm very content with my my bachelor's degree, but he's like about to start a project management certification that he's been wanting to get. He's like, maybe I should look into PhD programs. I'm like, holy. So like I'm just so proud of him, the dedication that he has to like his job, but then also like the dedication that he has to like making himself, I guess, into a better person. I'm not saying like your education equals like how good of a person you are, but like him, this is his way of like bettering himself. Like he wants to be someone that's very well educated, so he is setting himself up, I guess, for success when he gets out. Because we've had like so many conversations of like what's he gonna do when he gets out of the military, and like obviously there's that like anxiety you feel of like this is all I've known for the past 20 years and now I have to figure out something else. And the career field that he really wants to go into, like you're really only competitive if you have like a master's or a PhD for like getting a job. And so he's like he's just really, I guess, yeah, like I would be anxious too. I mean, I was anxious leaving the guard. Like I didn't know what I was gonna do. So, I totally understand that. So like I'm just so proud of him, everything he does, the person that he is, like what he does for himself, and it's just very inspiring for me. Not that I'm gonna go get my master's degree because I just like really don't feel like it, but watching him like grow and how do I want to word this? I guess watching him grow into the person that he wants to be, like, makes me want to keep growing, which is why my first one, going back to my first one, like, I'm proud of the direction that I'm headed in. Even though it's not the same path that Eddie's taking with, like, education, I feel like I'm bettering myself, like, in other ways. Like, the book club that we have, like, reading this book, I feel like is really, like, helping me kind of, like, look inside and kind of be like, you know? So I feel like there's other ways that I'm like growing. All right, chill out, dude. It's
That's it?
11:09.
Hmm.
Obviously there's more to it, but yeah, proud of you, Eddie. Love ya.
What's his master's in?
It is in emergency management
Oh, that's cool.
and God, there's another piece to it. Wait, I have the picture of his master's degree on my phone actually. Proud wife alert. Wait, where is it?
She
I think
kisses
it's
it every
like
night.
project. Wait, no. My brain is like starting to taper off here quickly. Eddie Miller, Facebook. Here we go. Let's see. Homeland Security and Disaster Management. That's what it is. Yeah, so
Pretty badass.
a lot of people, like a lot of the jobs he's been looking at, it's like masters required, PhD like suggested, and he's like, ah. I'm like, all right, chill out. You have time. You don't have to rush into your PhD just yet, but knowing him, he's gonna reach for the stars and he's gonna be among the stars. All right, that's enough. I've said enough.
Are you gonna kill him?
No. No, I'm just, my brain. All of a sudden, my brain is like,
Mush.
you know what I mean?
Well, it's a good thing
Yeah.
you just finished it up.
It's a good thing I just said some stuff for the last 5 minutes about Eddie.
Yeah, for sure. Super good cop out. It's great. Eddie's
Thank you.
great. All right, my last one. I'm gonna give an honorable mention first, and then because it's a funny way to say what the actual one is, and I kind of alluded to it earlier. So I'm proud of myself for not having like shaken or strangled Margot to death in 3.5 years, because her and I, our lifestyles, it could not be more different. But
Well, she's a dog.
my work
Sorry.
ethic,
German Shepherd.
yeah. Well, lucky for her, my work ethic and just like it's just the right thing to do. So, but I don't just have the idea of what is right. I also have the work ethic behind it. And so I've done a massive amount of changing of my life to fit the dog in my life, because I don't think it's right to get a dog and then abandon it. Like that's
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
there's
Yeah.
situations where, that might make sense. Maybe the dog is like too hyper and you have a newborn or something, and the newborn's going to get trampled by the dog, okay, like that makes sense. But I have no reason to, other than I just want to come home and sit around, and I can't do that. And so sometimes her and I are quite a bit at odds, because we just went out for like a 7-mile walk, or we were just outside for 2 hours playing. I don't know. She must have ran 15 miles chasing this frisbee. And then we get home, and the first thing she does is grabs a toy and wants to play tug of war. And then I don't play because I don't want to play. And so then she starts chasing the cat around the house and whining. And all I want is 10 minutes of just peace and quiet. And she won't give it to me. And in those moments, I want to strangle this dog, but I don't. It's not the right thing to do. And I have a strong work ethic. So there's lots of other reasons for my work ethic, but that was just a funny example. So we're going to go with that one.
I like it.
Yeah. Margot has not died because of my work ethic. So good for her.
Proud of you both. Does she like going in her crate? Will she chill out in there? Because I recommend after you exercise her, all of that, force her to go in her crate and take a nap. Because some dogs don't know how to sleep. They don't know how to nap. It's usually puppies, but high energy working dogs like that probably don't know how to nap. So if you put her in her crate and she sleeps in her crate just fine, then you should get that 10 minutes of peace and quiet. Worth trying.
She's fine in her crate, and she's fine when I'm not at home. I get home from work and I walk through the door, and her and the cat are laying on the couch, just both just woke up, hey, what's up? But then on weekends, if I'll just be sitting on the couch in the morning, and Margot is running crazy all around the house, just freaking out. And I'm like, I know you don't do this every single day, because the cat would be nowhere near you if you were like this. So it's just my presence for her is time for excitement. Yeah. And that's not my personality at all. I just want you to just lay there and be pretty. To relax. For the love of God, just let me hug you. But no, she'll try to eat my face if I give her a hug. Not actually, but usually she'll whip me with her teeth, because she's trying to struggle her way out of a hug. So she'll end up slapping me with the side of her face.
Classic.
Stupid dog. Oh,
reiterate, breed matters.
Absolutely. Yeah,
100%.
I will call it. I pre-ordered Margot when I was wine drunk in downtown Astoria, because I saw the most beautiful dog I'd ever seen in my life, and I asked this lady where she got the dog, and she told me, and I went to the website and I locked myself in to a $3,000 dog.
Oh my God, no.
Wow.
Yeah, so here we are. I have a mismatched dog personality to mine, but it's made me a better person, so I don't have any regrets.
Yeah.
Good.
I've had to learn how to run, and that's a good thing for my body.
Running is a good form of cardio and exercise.
As it turns out. All right, well, that was 3 hours and 20 minutes, unless you guys have anything additional to add.
Nope. Thanks for inviting me on your guys' podcast.
Totally. You'll have to come back many times because we're gonna run out of friends pretty soon here. We're gonna have to rotate people through.
Anytime.
Alrighty. Well, everybody, if you stuck around, thanks for listening. Leave us your comments on your on the 3 topics rather, and give us a like and a sub if you haven't already. And with that, good night, everybody. Thanks, Summer, for joining, and I'm very proud of both of you.
See ya.
Bye.